We are live on Blackpower Radio. I am your host for tonight, Queen Janae and Zinga. We have our featured guest host, Sheikh, Imam, Akbar in the building.
In the
Got brother
house, in the house.
John Commit Shabazz. It's been a long time since I seen you, brother. How you doing?
I'm fine, sis. Peace to
Sister,
everyone.
all right, we
Peace,
got
peace,
Sister
gods in the earth.
Quet Kaba Stank Anak. Sister
That's on.
Desiree.
Quit cover.
What?
That's on.
It's
Go
on.
ahead.
All right.
In the
Y'all
house.
go ahead. Do your thing. I'm going to mute my mic for a minute.
Well, okay. We're going to welcome everybody to Black Power Radio TV News. And we are now, we be syndicated all over the world. And we're dropping it like it's hot tonight concerning an event coming up at Union Temple Baptist Church. And this is a regional problem, the conspiracy and the crisis on the killing of black men, women, and children. But the deficit and the leadership crises in the black community in the region, we think it should be maybe triple the number of people providing leadership to the communities in the DMV, and I'm talking Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. That the GOP and others have made it an insurance policy that DC will not become a state, a voting state in its current social political backdrop, if you will leave them, if there's a tie vote, the GOP would lose it. So what we're doing today is just exploring some of the possibilities of you bringing guests and then bringing what they used to call in my day the fishing expedition of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was one of the most successful in the history of America with the three Ks. And tonight we are going on an expedition with the attorney and Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, Sheikh Imam Akbar. We got Sister Desiree in the house, got Brother John Kemet Shabazz, and we want to hear from him. He has done so much regional work. Of any man, any activist, they might be able to match uh, our beloved and dear brother John Kemet Shabazz, but I know for a fact they will not be able to beat our honorable, just a black activist revolutionary, the Honorable John Kimmich. I wanted to welcome him to the mic with grace and then followed by Sister Aquette. So we're just dropping it like it's hot and breaking the ice for the region for our leadership conference at Union Temple Baptist Church. Come on in, Dr. Shabazz, and talk to us a little bit about what's been going on in West Virginia and what you plan to do concerning the conference at Union Temple Baptist Church. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir. Power to the people and Black Power, and a strong Black
Black,
revolution. Yes,
black,
yes,
black
we
power, brother.
Black Power,
I
brother.
want to thank you for allowing me to be able to have access to this platform. Uh, Appreciate Black Power Radio. I think I was involved with Black Power Radio all the way back to 2007. So I'm still here, and I see Black Power Radio is still here as well. Um, I'm trying to do my work. When I say trying to do my work, we're doing our work out here with Black Unity Coalition. Uh, and there's a broad analysis that goes along with Black Unity Coalition because of the demographics of West Virginia. Okay, West Virginia is a state that's reportedly 3% Black. Okay, I think we have, last I checked, we had about 65,000 Blacks in the whole state. And so, there's the issue with proper representation, as well as the issue with representation of those people that are willing to press for a Black agenda. And one of the reasons why I can communicate to Black Power Radio and just be myself is because I haven't been bought off. Okay, I might be in the hood, but I can pretty much say whatever I want to say and act in my best interest. So I align myself with the grassroots that are fighting for the best interest of the collective. There's some work we got to do out here in West Virginia, okay? Meaning that the reparations movement has to be brought to these people. You ask me, just give me a little bit of time to say this. Okay, then I'm gonna turn the mic back over. We need help. Okay, 3%, 3% black out here. But if the work is done, two or three people can put the city, the county, the state on proper notice. One or two people can put these people on proper notice and represent the collective, because everybody in the collective is not being bought off. Okay, we're in a situation where the poor are being given jobs to kill off the other poor, in my view. Okay, so so I said all that to say that my part in this, in terms of what Union Temple is doing, is just to try to bring West Virginia to the table and represent West Virginia in terms of autonomy, self-sufficiency for the black people, an agenda that serves their own best interests. And my suggestion,
Can
my idea,
everybody please mute their mics, please? If you're not speaking, please mute your mic. Okay.
my solution for us out here in West Virginia is not just my solution, it's the solution that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave, but his disciples followed up on it. And it's a solution that I say would be autonomous, self-sufficient housing. Okay, and that's an idea, a solution that I'm working up. There have been examples of it in the past. Soul City in North Carolina was an example of it. So I'm giving a broad analysis, but I'm looking to give us a solution. Okay, and my way of connecting with what you all are doing in DC. I've been to DC. I know DC is heavily congested. So the idea of an autonomous community where we go back and do agriculture and grow our own foods and establish a new reality for ourselves outside of the congested city life is not so far-fetched. I think some of us, I'm out here in West Virginia and I don't have a garden. I grew up in a kind of way where my grandparents had gardens. We got to re-indoctrinate our people to get out there and have their own gardens. Okay, I think we're coming out of there. We're coming out of McDonald's and Burger King. So I'm giving you a broad analysis on this because the stuff from my view, it is broad. We had a time where we were fighting a war, spiritual war. I get up every day, put on my armor, prepared to fight a war. And part of that is also making sure you get proper education. I have an archive of information here going from 1984 all the way up to 94 of some of the scholars. I carry a piece of the scholars with me as I go about my business and try to apply that as best as possible. Okay, we're not in the golden time of Black consciousness. Okay, many of us that are part of the Black consciousness movement got to go back out and teach what we taught before. Some of us don't really want to do that because we're older. And that's why I've set up this archive here where I'm going to do a DVD ministry. And I'm going to make sure, as I was telling Brother Akbar, I want to end this. I want to be able to go back to education along with the solution orientation, which is a grand idea talking about autonomous communities. That's not my idea. But we also have to educate and prepare people to accept this idea where they're going to be in charge of their own destiny. And that's the ultimate goal. An ethics program would be my art. Okay, education. We indoctrinate the young people, or we not indoctrinate them, but we give them my art at an early age and have them repeat it. So we incorporate that into their beings at a younger age. They get it at a younger age than what I got it. I didn't get it till I was in my 30s. Okay, and but I wanna yield the floor and let somebody else talk because I hope I've given you. I spoke from my heart. I didn't have a script. I spoke from my heart, and I want to connect with other people that are willing, that want to see us get what we're supposed to have. And I'm willing to take instruction from people that are making it happen. So I yield the floor.
Thank you, Brother John Kimmy Shabazz. And we always take special recognition to what is going on in the life of John Kimmett Shabazz. He's challenging the state of West Virginia, especially on a murder case of Charles Eccles has been executed by a state of West Virginia corrections officer in the name of what they call a castle law, meaning that he's protecting his own home, but it is not actually his home. Uh, they are both visited in the home of another party, and our brother this Charles Eccles, our brother, comes up dead in a body bag. And of course, the state is taking a position to protect their officer. And John Kimmett Shabazz has challenged them and is making a lot of progress all on the front pages of the Charleston, West Virginia News and the local Times Dispatch, and just checking them as he always does, as he did in the Megan Williams case, and as he did when we challenged them at Jamestown in early 2000. We were in Jamestown challenging George W. Bush and the Bush administration and their position on Jamestown with James Earl Jones and Shaka Khan and all of those in the background. The Black Panther Party rolled in with Chief Warrior Woman, with Chief Eddie Long Walker and John Kimmett Shabazz, the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, the Black activists, Dr. and Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, Sheikh Imam Akbar, National Chairman Hashim Ekanaten Nzinga, and many other Black activists. And we occupied and wore the headlines out and shook them and showed them it was a shame on Jamestown. It's a footprint of John Kimmett Shabazz, major organizer and Black revolutionary. So when you want to know how to do Black revolution, then I would strongly recommend and strongly suggest that you check in with our doctor and Black activist, John Kimmett Shabazz. And I think he's one of the very best that has ever did it, singing
Brother
my.
Akbar, Brother
Yes, sir.
Akbar,
Yes, sir.
with the Charles Eccles case. He was killed July 30th, 2023, and we waited for about 3 months for the state to do for the prosecutor to do his investigation. It was known who killed him at that time, but they didn't release the names. And after 3 months, we began to slowly gather support into the objection of him not being arrested. There was a rally. The local people began to rally. And I think in April, real quickly, in April of 2024, I filed an application to present probable cause information to the grand jury. The state of West Virginia has a law on the books. It's kind of obscure, it's not done often, but a private citizen under this specific code can apply to have direct access to a grand jury. You can apply to the judge. And if the judge doesn't permit it, he has to write up a finding of fact and conclusion of law why he's not going to permit it. So it was rarely used, and I knew about it. I had known about it for decades, and I always said to myself, one of these days, I'm going to file one of them. So, I waited for the right time. And it wasn't like I was waiting for, but this was the right episode where a man was killed. Innocent blood cries out from the grave. I was having difficulty sleeping. So I decided that I would take the opportunity to do something new, to set new precedent in this instance, so we can help this man get justice. So now we're at a stage where we're waiting on this judge to issue a finding of fact and conclusion of law. Recently, the prosecutor just issued his written conclusions in compliance with the judge's direction. This is the way I believe that you serve proper notice. Okay, you handle things diplomatically when and where possible. So if you really have to fight, you can say, "Hey, man, I tried to handle shit diplomatically, and y'all you didn't do shit right. So we got to go to the next level. At least we serve proper notice and try to do things diplomatically." And so that's doing litigation. And I had to tell local people, my colleagues, that litigation works. Because some people don't believe litigation works. Okay. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
buying back, that's going back to the same white supremacist system that got you oppressed. But you have to make that system work for you if you can. So, so I just want to. Right now, we're waiting on a judge's decision. Okay, and if we don't do nothing, we don't get nothing.
Mm. My. And absolutely, Brother Jackson. So he's just a living example of doing things differently and getting different results. And they are not right. They're not, it's not knowledge until you use it skillfully and effectively against the opposition, as we all know. I want to bring to the mic our beloved sisters out there, and I think it's in San Francisco at this moment, and she's doing things differently on that west side. And she's always been a contributor here at Black Power Radio TV News, and always been active in some sense of keeping the books flowing, keeping the knowledge going, and just going and flowing. That's what I call her, the sister that goes with the flow. But she will go against the grain when she has to stand up for the black man, the black woman, and she stands for all of our black children. And I want to welcome my beloved sister, Sister Arquette. Welcome to Black Power Radio TV News and the session on the
Well,
upcoming event at Union Temple. Come on in. You can talk
thank
black to us
you,
tonight, of course. You can talk black.
Imam Akbar. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, because it's you. And you can see back there, I have my red, black, and green flag up. Yeah. But I would like for us to also think about Marcellus Williams. That was on the 23rd of September that had a lethal injection, and they killed him. It was a hanging that went on, and they had evidence to know that this brother was innocent, and they still proceeded with the killing of him in Missouri. So if I know his family is going through stuff, and however what goes on, but we need to uplift them in prayer. Earlier today, we poured libations for him so that as he transitions to the next plane, that he will be fine. And this is just another way of them legally, again, according to their methods, their ethics, their morality, their humanity has nothing to do with our divine being whatsoever, that they can just take a brother out, take a sister out, take our children out whenever they feel it's necessary. They are vibrating so low to the point that they are actually eating our brothers and sisters. And people don't think that that's real. They are. They have always been cannibals. They are the lower vibration troglodytes that has been there. If you look at our ancestors, you look at their ancestors, you will see the difference, not only on how they remain on the land, but also in their culture, right? And then we talk about how we're going to do things different. How we do things different is, of course, what? Having our own. But every time, because our ancestors have fought constantly fighting to have our own, and here it comes, even with the Reconstruction era. Bomb gets dropped here, bomb gets dropped there, and here it goes. And the reason why they feel it necessary for them to do that thing is because we haven't developed ourselves in the complete holy realm where we are supposed to be at. And Hotep-pu, you know what I'm saying? And to my aunt as well. You know what I'm saying? This is our history, our cycle. Every day, even with the seven cycles goes into the world. You come back again, you're going to hit Monday again. We have every time to fix our wrongs and make them right. We have every time to become the God being that we're supposed to be here on earth to have the righteousness. Because if we don't reach that righteousness, here it goes again. The same things is going to triumph over. One of the things I want to read out of the Quran is that there are two selves, a higher and lower self. The higher self is a human spirit clothed with soul, made in the form of Allah. The lower self, the carnal self, is the body of desires, is a reflection of higher self distorted in the murky ethers of the flesh. The lower self is an illusion and will pass away, and the higher self is Allah in the man and will not pass away. The higher self is the embodiment of truth. The lower self is the truth reversed, and so is the falsehood manifest. The higher self is justice, mercy, love, and right. The lower self is what the higher self is not. The lower self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murders, thief, and everything that harms. The higher self is the mother of the virtues and of the harmonies of life. And we cannot have any harmonies in life, whether you're reading the Quran or you're reading Ma'at, if you don't have the harmonies in life that you need to have within inside of ourselves as brothers and sisters. You sit back there, you talk about, I love my brother, I love my sister, but then you turn around and you condemn them, right, for their behavior when you sitting around here living in a glass house. All of it is functional because everything came from our ancestors all the way from Kemet, that was the capital of the world, not just the capital of a state, but a capital of the world. Even this Jesus that they speak of, they call, that's not even his name. He went and studied. Where do you go and study? He studied in Kemet, came back to help his people in Jerusalem, right? And that's the same thing we have to do. We have to go with inside of ourselves with the education and with the study and stop sitting around here compromising or asking or begging for these inorganic, the uncivilized mutts to help us. We have to do it on our own. Our ancestors did it on their own. They didn't ask these jokes to give them nothing. Nothing. They came, stole, beaten, raped not only men, but women, took the children, this and that, and we still transform, still did what we have to do, but what are we begging for? And then when we turn around and we ask them jokers, look at the small amount they want to give us. When we've had our ancestors slaughtered and hung. Don't forget about the brother that just got hung on a tree in Henderson, North Carolina. He was a truck driver. What about him? What about Marcellus Wood? And these are incidents that happened recently. What about the sister in her apartment get shot in the head by a police officer? And we're still asking, we're still begging. Begging what? We have to change what's inside of ourselves, reach outside of ourselves to actually make a difference in our community. We gotta walk it like we talking. Walking like we talking, like the gods that we are. And that does what brother said about my aunt and everything else. And that's just 42 laws. We haven't even got into the dungeon tribe, which is over 900 laws that our ancestors said that they needed to be done. Okay? Why are we going to ask the oppressor for clean water? Why are we going to ask the oppressor to give us right foods? Why are we going to ask the oppressor to fix our school system? Why do we continue to get redemption from the oppressor when you already know what the oppressor is here to do? And there's never going to be a redemption from them. They're never going to admit their wrongs. They will never, because they don't have not the inkling of humanity in their blood. It's not even in their DNA. So it's up to us to walk it like we talk it and do what we have to do for ourselves. I say forget them. And I tell you what, I wish I would go down to a voting booth and vote for anybody on that ballot. If the only thing that brothers and sisters need to do, you need to go down there and read what new laws they are trying to put on your state. That's what you need to look at. Who cares about president. Because Kamala Harris ain't nothing, and you already know Donald Trump ain't nothing, and the rest of them ain't nothing either. You cannot trust any of them politicians. They all swim together. Their children go to the same schools. They go to the golf course together. They sit down and eat together. She married to a troglodyte. Donald Trump don't even know he making up illusions of someone trying to kill him because he need to be that popular. You see what I'm saying? We don't need that. What we need is what we have, and that's us. We need each other. Forget all them jokers. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We
That's
need
right,
each other,
beloved.
and we
Black power.
need our family.
Black power. So Sister Pat is eloquently put it out there, and that's the posture of the Black Revolution. That we don't need the opposite. We have our own socialism politics, our own system of diet and sexuality. What do we need the opposite? That's a great question. We're going to Freeport, Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Hold just a minute, Jermaine. Were you summing your piece up, or you want to wait till it rotates, Sister Akbar?
So, yeah, I just want to say I'm grateful and thankful for all you brothers and sisters and Hotep Poo. And look, like I said, we have to do our own thing. We can't depend on these politicians or any of these troglodytes, any of these coons that's out here, because they're not for us, they are against us. And how we win with our ancestors, our heritage, our culture, and that's how we win. When we stick to colonialism, right, and keep on their agenda, that's how we're gonna lose, because we have to play chess, not checkers. The same things before is not gonna work now.
That's right. Good teaching, and we'll be back to you, Sister Akbar. Right now, we have a brother who's always been on the front line. Actually, to mute up. One mic on Jermaine down in Louisiana. I hope we can get that out of respect. Unless that's coming out of your mic, Brother Jermaine. We got to kill that sound. The guy above Jermaine, you got to kill your sound. Okay, we're right there with you, and I'm telling you that Brother Jermaine has stood against all of the atrocities in the state of Louisiana, but especially in Shreveport, who many times he's given voice to the voiceless, that all the way from Louisiana, they're not letting the light of the national, international media get a hold of what's really taking place in the state of Louisiana. So sometimes Brother Jermaine might be the only light we getting for the last 10 years or so. He's just been fighting against the system, against the atrocities, against the injustice in the state of Louisiana and the city of Shreveport. I want to welcome to our mic our beloved brother, who's always on the case, on the side of justice. Beloved Jermaine, go ahead and talk black to us from Louisiana, brother. Black power.
All right. All right. How you doing, y'all? I hope y'all can hear me tonight. Yeah, we're
Doing
dealing
great.
with
Loud and clear.
we're dealing with a lot. We just had a man that died yesterday here from the Shreveport police. That I don't know if it was a traffic stop, but he was literally beaten. He died from his injuries, so we need major attention on this. This was a case of excessive force. They were claiming, we haven't seen any proof of that. They were claiming he was combative. He wasn't following officer's command during a traffic stop. So we do know that. These are the words they claim to try to get off with qualified immunity, which they know now that's not working. But I don't know his name, but we need major attention on this gentleman. He died from his injuries. He was from Bossier City, which is across the bridge, another city not too far from Shreveport, and he died on yesterday in the hospital. We still haven't got the officer's photo. We haven't seen any body cam footage. And again, the Louisiana State Police is conducting this investigation. And again, here we are. Here we are again. Someone else has died in this police custody in this city. This makes what maybe the 10th individual, the 10th brother or a particular man that has died under these people, under this police department's custody. This is unacceptable. We won't tolerate it. And again, yeah, so he died from the injuries. Now, as far as from that, we're dealing with we're under these old French Napoleonic laws, which I've been or now many of us are now finally starting to do some research. I've been doing some research on these old French laws, which they're not up to, which violates our rights, both constitutional rights, Third and Fifth Amendment rights, and also, as we spoke before, here in the state of Louisiana, under the 13th Amendment of the Constitution, the United States Constitution, modern day slavery is being allowed in our penitentiaries here in the state of Louisiana. So we have they're out there in the fields working at the Angola. So these are just some of the things that we're fighting to get these laws dropped and moved out the books. And of course, and again, we need much attention on here in the city of Shreveport, Louisiana, here in North Louisiana, of course. We're 2 hours from Dallas, Texas, 2 hours, from we're an hour away from the Arkansas state line. So, this is what we're dealing with, these old French Napoleonic laws that they continue to oppress us with, especially, the civil code laws from the old French days. Which has been in direct violation of both our constitutional rights and also again the amendment rights under the United States Constitution. Though now, as I've done further research, we've learned now that partial of these laws have been already written out the books, but they haven't told us anything. So we're still under the impression we were still under these laws, which we are to now just a small extent compared to what we originally thought. But yeah, we need much attention on Shreveport, Louisiana. So if y'all could share the word, pass the word about what
Now,
happened to this man.
now, brother Jermaine, you're real familiar with the Black Panthers and how we're moving, etc. And lately, I've been teaching on the Trojan horse that's invented every 4 years. And as we
Hmm.
look at both Trojan horse to see who had the grand prize at the end of the day, is it Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? And now Donald Trump has, uh, please mute up. I can see your mic moving. Please just mute your mic for me. Thank you. The guy above, Brother Jermaine. Now, Jermaine, Trump has come across to say that, well, these police officers need to just be exonerated with, and just, uh, uh, I guess, forgiven and giving a green light back to their home and go get on another police department. From what I understand, what do you think of the law, uh, the current laws? And then if Trump's administration comes in, he has already taken a position to just non-process the case. If the police are found liable, what do you think should happen? What do you think will happen now? What do you think under Kamala Harris? And what do you think under Trump? And what can we do to aid and assist you in bringing this to light? Give us a little more black drop there, Jermaine. I know you've experienced like dozens of these cases. But what do you
I
think on
think I
with
think
Trump?
that I think that more exposure needs to be. I don't think they need to be exonerated, but with this new law they passed, the new law or bills they passed here in the state of Louisiana, the governor has allowed them to go with little impunity, or not any at all. So basically, they're they're able to do what they want to the people and without little recourse. So I don't understand how in the world a governor can allow a bill of such to pass like that, and now just when we thought we was at the point where qualified the union was finally coming down, police officers was going to jail, they're getting arrested now. But here in the state of Louisiana, we still have a more struggle because he just passed the bill where that's even if they go before the judge, even if they go before the courts now. So I don't know. It's just, but yeah, I think that it has a lot to do with people within, like I said, within the politicians of this thing, really everywhere, really right now. So I feel that we need. I don't know. That's a good question, man. But yeah, definitely a good question.
Yes, sir. So just give me a black drop in all the parishes of Louisiana. It's the greatest opportunity for them to carry out a miscarriage or to deny justice, and the judges and the governor and the prosecutors and all of them in cahoots to do the
Mm-hmm.
government, especially if law
Mm-hmm.
enforcement is found liable. They are just gonna just say you're just non-process your case. I mean, in other words, you're in the state of Washington, in the state of Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, or in the province. They just pass your case, man. And you wonder what in the F just happened.
Yeah, right.
Dude
Yeah,
just
it's
murdered my
corruption.
brother, and I'm sitting up there trying to, see what the prosecutor's gonna do. And he said we're gonna pass
Mm-hmm.
the case because it was an officer. He's automatically forgiven. I think it's a bunch of
Brother
pork
Akbar,
pie.
one of the problems is that these states that you're speaking of, even the state of California,
Mute
they
up.
make
Go ahead.
money off of incarceration and these court cases. That's how these officials, because if you do the research and actually look at the money that these politicians actually make, a lot of them are, according to what they're supposed to get paid, are not even making enough that much income as salary than a bus operator. As a bus operator at Metro. So the thing is, they're getting those six figures way past that because they're making money off of the backdrop. The backdrop is there's money coming in the jail system. Now, each year they have to fit a deficit on crimes that's being paid, and you know who they focus on: the brown, black, and the red in their neighborhoods, and they do that, and they get so much money for every person that is incarcerated. They get money for them. So again, the slavery, like Jermaine was saying, exists and it will continue to exist. But this goes way past the presidency. It goes within the local government inside of that state. We're gonna have to start, hey, knocking on doors or however, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And also to the point that we have to reiterate that system altogether when it comes to who we put in locally. You need to get rid of the other people and put in who you need to be locally. That means that goes for the lower ranks, like the city councilmen, the mayors and stuff like that. That's what we need to focus on.
Absolutely. I need everybody to mute up, mute up, mute up. And thank you for bringing that input in, Queen Arquette. And we're trying to get Black Joe, if he's organized. Black Joe, they available? Are you there, Black Joe? Black Joe, Black Joe. I hope he didn't leave. Black Joe still in the house? Let's see, Black Joe, Black Joe. Hope he's
Yes,
in.
he in here.
Black
I
Joe, come
had to
on
let
live.
him in. Yeah, we only have room for
Yeah, we
six
gotta let
people
Black
on the
Joe in.
line.
He's got it in there for the firearms. He's working with probably the Teamsters and weapons, etc. And he's out in the state of Missouri. I'm just trying to figure out. We got Black Joe at the mic. Black Joe. Oh, let's see. He's in the room right now. Queen Janae, and we still got to get her
Yeah,
comments.
Janae, and put Black Joe in. Black Joe got some good stuff.
Yeah, Black Joe always got good stuff. Um, but we can't get him to the mic just yet. We had to bounce somebody. You there, Black Joe? Come on to the mic, Black Joe. Somebody may have to be moved to the audience to get Black Joe, because we can only get six at that
I
mic at
got
a time.
Black Revolutionary. I think he got bumped.
He got bumped.
Who's Black
Did he go
Revolutionary?
back to the audience? Black
Yeah,
Joe might be on there with Revolution. Huh? Let me see, Black Joe, because he wrote some stuff in the chat box, and as we read in the chat box, we could see some of what was going on with Black Joe. I hope he didn't think we were denying him. So from now, we're going to have to make our briefing 4 or 5 minutes, and then rock into get some more information on on the
Yeah,
front
you
line.
if you can't get on stage, you can join us on YouTube. I just put the link in the YouTube in
And you
the
can
chat
rock
room for the
and you
YouTube.
can rock up and write in that chat box. If they're in the waiting room, can they still write in the chat box? With the
Yes.
okay, you can still write into the chat box.
It'll come up on the screen.
And while we're in
I
this
can
interim
highlight it.
stage, put in some money so that we can keep this thing airway moving and put up enough to. We'll open another dimension to the box next week if you put up enough money. I for it, I ain't mad, but I like to see the audience participating and putting up some money. And you send it to dollar sign 77 Bakers. That is again dollar sign 77 Bakers, and we'll put that money right up there at about $50 a month to get you some masterful streamline and open more dimension. Would that allow more people on the stage, Sister Janae? Or do what you
Yes.
got? Mm,
Yeah, we
uh-huh.
could do more if I could upgrade it. I can't
Yeah.
upgrade it right now.
She won't hit the upgrade button
I
so
got you
that
Tuesday. I got you Tuesday, Janae.
yeah, and
Okay.
then Sister Quick will knock you over Tuesday. And so by next Saturday and Sunday, we have our radio all set and our program. So Black Power Radio is it's a fact of life. Black Power Radio TV News is here forever. We got more of what you listen to Black Radio for, and we ain't going nowhere. CNN got nothing on us, our coverage, our information, and then I mean. by
What happened? He can lost signal too. Man.
That's all right. Keep it moving. Let's roll. What's about Black Revolutionary? Put him on.
Duh. There's only one.
Oh,
Black.
that's you. Oh, Lightning. Go ahead, Lightning. What you got, baby? What you got?
Nothing. He ain't got nothing on this right here. Nothing. I knew it was him. He is not allowed on my stage or anywhere to create a nuisance on my post. I said it, I mean it, and I'm not playing with none of y'all when it come down to my people. We not gonna do this shucking and jiving in 2024. Our people are dying. I ain't got time for no silly shit. Okay?
That's
I
right.
will end all of this shit. I didn't know it was him, and I would have never let him up on my stage. And I mean that. He is not a revolutionary. He's a clown. Whole circus act going on. I've been instructed to keep him away from my national chairman and my friend Sheikh Imam Akbar. He is not a revolutionary. He do not run Black Power Radio. That's the end of that. So, and as far as my take goes,
Thank you
we
so
are
much.
preparing for war. We are over the bullshit. We over playing around. We ain't fucking around. We are definitely a part of it. I am. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I've been doing my thing underground, undercover, with the whole Black Power movement. We are beyond reconciliation. It ain't no more kumbaya. Ain't no more let's get along, go along to get along. If you are not serious about what you're doing and the activism that you're doing in the revolution, you got to get away from us. You have got to separate yourself from these clowns. Okay? We are doing the work. We have never stopped doing the work here in Washington, D.C. Never. I never turned my back on my people, never stopped feeding people, never stopped housing people, never stopped building developments. But we are losing ground because we wasted so much freaking time. I didn't even want to do this radio show because I have stuff to do. You understand what I'm saying? I am building. I am building with the coalition, the NFAC, the Black Power Archery Corp unit. I'm a part of that now. I'm also a member of the new. I'm still a member of the new Black Panther Party, as well as the Huey P. Newton Gun Club now. We are not playing games with these people. We don't have time. We don't have time for clown revolutionaries. We don't have time for people that is gonna keep leading us around in circles and in the wilderness. John Kimmy Shabazz, I met him 4 years ago, and he had a plan then, and nobody activated. Nobody really stuck to the plan. We can talk all day long, but if we don't put no action behind the talk, you just wasting damn time. Okay.
Well, I'm
We
gonna
got a warrior
revamp.
training class coming up in Georgia right now in November. If y'all serious about revolution and you want to train with us, you let me know. And I'll connect you with the right generals so you can come and train with us. Because what's happening right now is gonna get a whole lot freaking worse. Okay. We got immigrants invading our city. We got problems. We got a hurricane coming down south. They need help. They need rescuing, and we sitting back talking about what we gonna do. We can't keep talking about what we gonna do. We need to put some action behind them words. Okay, I ain't never stopped doing the work here in Washington D.C. I just got quiet and just put my head down and did what the Black Panther Party taught me how to do. Continue to do the work because there was nobody else doing the work consistently like we were doing. We had our interruptions, but we continue to do the work. But see, the problem has came upon us now that even with Imam Ali and the free food program, we can't even get food from Capital Area Food Bank anymore. They're cutting off all the grassroots organizations that was actually putting boots to the ground, distributing the food throughout the community. Now you ask yourself, why is that? Because they want to be able to control who has access to the food. We can't even feed ourselves, y'all. Look at what's going on. I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And I'm gonna tell you, I talk straight up. I don't have no bullshit for you. They don't have nowhere to get food. They only got one or two gas stations that are giving out gas. They've got people shooting and killing each other at the gas station over getting gas. They don't have no food. The people they had to have a security guard in one of the grocery stores because they want to throw all the food away because they were without power. And they just instead of them donating the food, they're gonna throw it in the trash. So the people that are demanding that they get food are rioting at the grocery stores right now. We can't feed our people. The people that are going to be suffering the most are the people that who are not unprepared. And we are not prepared. They did not prepare Spartanburg, South Carolina for this hurricane. And they got another one coming right behind it. Two more, as a matter of fact. So there is all out panic in the streets. They got trees down, power lines. Also, my son is still there. So my daughter is with me here in DC, but my son is there, and they riding around right now looking for gas and looking for food, and they can't find it. But we're gonna sit here and play revolutionary? No, we're not doing it. We gotta get serious, y'all. Serious. You should have been serious about this. I'm not doing no more meetings. I don't want to meet with you. Put you on the ground. Are you ready to go to help people? Okay, like I said, the only thing I'm preparing for is training to go to war, because that's where we at in this level of revolution. Okay, so if you want to go to the training, it'll be the week of November the 20th through the 25th. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. The rest of it, it ain't even gonna matter after this election. It's not even gonna matter. Nothing else is gonna matter. If you ain't already got preparations in order for your family and your friends, then I suggest that you do immediately. These are superstorms that have been created to unhouse and unalive people, as many people as they possibly can, and take their property, take their land, and take their lives. And what we gonna do? Sit back and watch it and talk about it and say, "Oh, we'll pray for you," or we gonna organize and make sure that when it comes our way, we got a plan together.
Well, I want to reiterate what you were saying, Queen, because some of the things that you can do in your household right now is like when you go in your house, you have to make sure that when you turn around, sometimes, when we're getting groceries and stuff in the house, you never think about, oh, let me turn around and make sure my door is locked. Because you never know who is following you or who is out there. Rifles are actually legal because you can turn around, hunting or whatever. You get a license. You may not have an automatic, but with a double barrel shotgun or a hunting gun, you can do anything you need to do. One of the other things that you can have, always carry a blade on you, regardless of how distance a gun is from you or whatever. You can always get somebody, hit them first with that knife. You just got to be quick on your feet and everything that's going. You got to always be mindful you're around. Also, another thing, bear spray. Even working at the post office, we have a dog spray, but bear spray, you can get bear spray off Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Bear spray is, when they say bear spray, that will take down a man, a dog, or anyone else that's out there. Also, cigarette lighters. You should have lighters around or whatever. You can turn around, even with an aerosol can an aerosol can with a spray, and you can make a fire, coming out of there. The thing is, why am I telling you this? Because you have to protect your home. You have to protect your home. You have to protect what's around you. These are just some measures of defense that you can have that is also affordable and way more effective, because by the time somebody got to cock that damn 9 millimeter, you can already take them down. And of course, we got to change our diet. We got to exercise. We have to eat right, because if you're walking around out of breath, you really can't help me any goddamn way, because I got to come back and pick you up and bring you forward. You see what I'm saying? So whatever you do, not judging any brother or sister, you have to have a balance. You smoking weed, drinking your beer, or whatever you doing, you have to have a balance in your life. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to water or whatever. And if anything goes down, we got to put, the kit together. You know what I'm saying? The survival kit of what you need. I can help brothers and sisters if you need that, and drop everything. Because whatever you have that's materialistic, you can't take it with you anywhere you go anyway. You have you, the being, the flesh that's walking this earth. Grab that bag, get the door, and keep it moving. And that's another thing that we have to do. Make sure, you take the time out to get your passport or anything else that you have to do. You have to start thinking more logically than thinking about here, there, blah, 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 blah. And you can start a garden inside of an apartment. You can actually grow food in your apartment, even though you don't have a backyard outside. You see what I'm saying? We have to go outside the box, be inventive. Inventors, inventive. That's what we are. That's in our DNA. Stop acting like you starving, you hungry, and this and that. Come on, we are survival. And we know this. You stay stocked up. You know what I'm saying? You don't take your $10 and go out there and buy a bag of weed. You take your $10. Go get you some canned food. If you take every dollar, regardless of if you get $10 a day, $20 more, however, whatever, all you gotta do is get one canned food and just keep on stocking. One canned food here, one canned food there, one canned food. By the time you have a whole cabinet full of canned food, you have to put your feet on the ground first with yourself before you go outside to help anyone else. And it sounds difficult, but it's doable. We have to
Yes,
stop
fact.
begging.
Yes, fact right there. And we have to be willing to do outreach. And no network, no nation, no family is any better than it exercises its ability to do effective community outreach and fishing. You got to go on a strong fishing expedition. You need researchers, then you should have your ass right there at that library and getting these people. We're going to be in, excuse me, I'm sorry. We're going to be in New York at the Schomburg for Black Friday. I need everybody on board in Schomburg in New York and Harlem. Let's ask America to stop shopping on this goddamn Black Friday. Let's rid ourselves of the backache, the headache, and the toehold we think we got. We're going to spend our money on Black Friday. And that's why enslavement, we thankful. We want to spend our time on the Janai May, or some call it Janami or the Janai May, and spend our money with each other on that day. You got to break with their traditions. The only way you will get different results is that you must commit, you must carry it out to do things differently in order we get the results we need for we the people. We don't need a people that's appeasing the opposition, going waiting for Black Friday, go to Best Buy, buy your computer, buy your phone, buy your sneakers, and all down at the Nike store and Dick's Hat Band store and Sporting Goods. Stay up out of there anyhow, but especially on that Black Friday, that's your enslavement. They took more liberties with your person on that day. You don't have anything holy about you. You don't have anything sacred about you. You don't have enough stuff that's divine about you. It's why they treating you raggedy and giving you second class citizenship and all that. Because you accept the second class. Uh, they can do no more to you than what you allow them to do. I land my plane on that, but you know I got plenty more in store and plenty more radio to go, and we give you more of what you listen to radio for. You live here on Black Power Radio, TV News. Oh, ain't it lovely? It's the best that ever did it. We got Queen Janae, we got Queen Akbar, we got John Kimmy Shabazz. We got to circle back to John Kimmy Shabazz. You still there with us? We're trying to get black to the mic, huh?
Yeah, I'm still here, brother Akbar. I was listening to some of the comments that other people were making because Black Power Radio it traditionally has been where I could tune in and I could hear somebody speak from different parts of the country. I got an opportunity to hear from a brother down in Louisiana, Sister John A in D.C. So the other Sister Queen out in California.
Quit in San Francisco.
Yeah. So that's what I'm here for.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
just
trying to get St. Louis to the mic. Is there any way we can fish? You still there, Queen Janae? We can
Yeah,
fish her.
I'm here. I'm
Can
trying
we
to get
fish up
somebody
black?
else up on the line.
I'm
Who
trying
is
to pull
BP?
black. Yeah.
I want to hear
Uh,
from
Black
Detroit,
Joe,
man.
Black Joe. Sir, say it again, Kimmy Shabbat.
I want to hear what's going on in Detroit for some reason, man.
That's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
my close get with Black.
Hey, me too, brother. I want to hear what's going on in Detroit as well.
Yeah, Black Joe got some of that coverage in Detroit, St. Louis, and all that. But I'm trying to get him. We got shit. We
We
got
got a hurricane
Black
coming our
Switchblade,
way.
sir. We got Black Switchblade. I'm gonna mute out Black Power, but we got Black Switchblade National Education in Chicago, Detroit, anything else we need. We Black Power Radio. We from
We got
all over. We snatch up from all over Black
we
Power.
got a hurricane coming our way in Louisiana. So y'all think of us right now because that ain't looking too good. So yeah.
What's the report on those areas that a hurricane hit?
Uh,
Yeah, what? John A. I was listening to you speak on that hurricane coming through South Carolina. What's the
Yes.
report on those areas where that hurricane hit?
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's flooding all the way from North Carolina to Florida, pretty much. But my people in South Carolina are scrambling and panicking. I've been trying to keep up with them because some of them, they haven't had power for the last 3 days. They're going on 3 days with no power. And the power just came on and it went back out. So in some places, some people still have power and some didn't. But a lot of people are just really scrambling.
Traditionally, is that an area that gets hit hard by hurricanes and tornadoes? I know there are some parts of the country that just get hit by hurricanes and tornadoes on a regular basis, and they kind of like live their lives in preparation.
Yeah, well, we got a hurricane coming already here in Louisiana too.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's coming. It's two of them coming back to back, two or three, as a matter of fact,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
bigger than the last one that just fell.
Yeah, I know. Western North Carolina is destroyed. Parts of Western North Carolina is gone.
All right, so I'm not saying anything against brothers and sisters right now, but we know that every year, we got hurricanes, tornadoes, and all this stuff going on, and this has been going on for centuries, right? But right now, we already know that the government turns around and they also do things in the air or whatever to make hurricanes and stuff come down in certain areas, just like what happened with Katrina. If you look at the research and everything that's going on, they heard a boom that came down before there was a flood. So what do you do in the process of that? Again, you have to prepare. You got to constantly prepare. There was a brother on YouTube that showed you how to turn around and create electricity. You know what I'm saying? We got to do these things. One thing that we have to keep is copper. We need to have copper in our home. You can take copper and also turn it around with a battery and turn around and you can turn on your own electricity. Back in the day, brothers and sisters knew how to steal cable, water, and electricity just on the strength of being in the neighborhood when the bills are getting cut off during the crack epidemic. Okay? So we have to stop looking at like we are victims or whatever. We already know that these troglodytes is turning around, messing with the universe. They messing with nature, right? They're making everything worse, just like that big snow that happened in Texas, and that damn governor that y'all had down there. He was in what, Mexico, when everybody was sitting over there with snow in Texas. Nobody prepared, nobody doing anything. The time is for preparation, constantly preparation. You already know this stuff is going. Here in California, they got earthquakes that happen all the time. You can feel the earth moving while you're here. I'm telling you, you have to stay prepared. That's the thing right now. Us as brothers and sisters, we have to stay prepared all the
No
time.
question, no question. We want to give you a break in the news. We got Brother Todd's going to return in 20, 25 minutes to a half an hour. He's coming live. Y'all got to mute up, mute up, mute up, mute up, mute up. Everybody mute. Mute yourself. Uh, Brother Todd's bringing the update straight out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. He said it's been flooded out. That more than half of the town is without electricity. There's no power there, damn near anywhere. And he's going to be giving us that update. We got Muhammad should be in the background. Is your mic live? Muhammad's coming out of
Black
Austin.
power, black power, black power,
Did they hit
honorable
y'all? Come
chairman.
on,
I'm
Black
live
Power.
with you.
Black Muhammad is in Black Austin, Killeen, and that whole region, anything between Austin, Dallas, and Houston. He covers down. We thank him for being here tonight, Muhammad. Welcome to Black Power Radio TV News. Assalamu alaikum and Black
Walaikum
Power.
salam, brother. Hey, honorable chairman, that's my brother down there. We're commanding the southern region, trying to get things together, man, and aid and assist our people with their problems and situations. I invited this brother from Shreveport. The brother been tenacious since you was up under the leadership of Chairman
I see. I
Hasim.
see.
And so
Mhm.
he's really been trying to get some things together down there. I told him that you're the man to address these situations and bring this problem to Black Power radio station, one of the strongest Black Power radio stations in the world. And we solve problems, man, and we handle our business. And so I invited the brother. I'm glad to see him in the house because Chairman Akbar is the man to liberate our people, man, from systematic injustice. Black Power.
Black Power,
Black
Black Power. We got you, Muhammad. And we've had Brother Jermaine has rocked the mic and informed us they've had a sling, Brother Muhammad, in Shreveport. And we know that all in Paris and Louisiana are running neck and neck to to run up under them, some Donald Trump or anybody, and say pass the case or non-process your case, and your baby to executed by the sheriff department and hid in the detention center, and kill our baby and gone. Then shit it and did it and got away with it. But we come here to check. We're gonna have some men and soldiers going in the Shreveport to investigate these matters and the goddamn it clean up. We got the clean house at fucking Memphis, different places. Parts of Atlanta let the bed bugs eat a man to death. We got to get on the case, brother. Since we in Shreveport, they got more body bags. That sheriff has ripped off the city a credit card, hit him for 53K this year, unjustifiable spending in in Spartanburg, and then we're gonna get our update, Muhammad, from Spartanburg, South Carolina, from Brother Ty, the chairman, the state chairman out of South Carolina, has been stranded there with no electricity in Spartanburg. He'll be coming in about a half hour. So we got a hot Black Power news and TV news and views that you'll only catch here on Black Power Radio TV news. It's like Muhammad is telling you, it's been the hottest thing. Last 20 years straight, we they cannot blaze us. They might match us. But I'd be damned if they can beat us here at Black Power Radio. We got the
No,
most
they can't.
awesome network and the breaking news. See, because we got it hot straight out of the hood, straight from the source. We're not beating around the bush. We ain't got to wait for the antenna, wait for them to land a space shuttle. We can go directly to the news, to the source, to the family, to the problem, and we will be live in Shreveport and live in Spartanburg, goddammit. And we're gonna double S it down in between Louisiana and South Carolina and handle our business. So y'all go ahead and rock that mic. Who was next at that mic? Because it was pretty hot in here before you got here, Mom. You done heated up a level here now. What's going on? Who we got next at that mic right there? Go ahead and rock it like it's hot. It's too hot to hold.
Black Power, Black Power,
Black
Black
power,
Power,
black
Chairman,
power.
man. It's always an honor to speak to our people, man, that we can come together and try to liberate the situations and circumstances in our community. Now, I do want to say this, man, because Shrek Akbar is a spiritual giant. And the Bible says to know and not to do is sin. And so what we have is inaccountability for our community. We have men that are sitting in their community and letting these things happen. They're letting these crackers and these other race divide us and tear our community up. We're not building. We're not raising and educating our children. The word says that our people perish for the lack of knowledge because the men and the women that's supposed to teach them are lacking in their knowledge and spiritual growth. And so we just got to turn around, man, and get things back together. And those that are willing to do God's work unto their people, man, we need to step up, man. And all those that are not willing, we need to expose them to the world. They are a problem, just like the Crocker and just like any evil race that is standing against our people, man. So we cannot no longer allow our people to make it if they are not doing something. The Bible says that in Romans, the last verse says not only those that do it, but those that sit back and watch those do it. So we can't have that no more. We can't have those sideline men and women in our communities destroying us by just sitting around. Black Power?
Black power to Brother W. Muhammad down there. West Muhammad is rocking in Killeen, in Austin, in the region of South and Mid Texas and Central Texas. He don't mind rocking for us, and he has
I don't
been
mind,
holding the
Sheriff.
line.
I
And he
hate
been
them
holding
bootlickers.
that line. That's the Muhammad I know right there. That
That's right.
holds the line for truth and
Black Power.
justice. That's that Black Power. So as we pass that mic, Muhammad, and let's see if anybody have to exit off the stage to let somebody on. Don't worry, you're already on the recording. So let's pass the mics and see if we can move it around. And by next week, we're gonna have the upgraded package that everybody can get down for their crown. So Black Power, Queen Janae, you rock the mic if you dare. Black Power.
All right, Black Power, y'all. It's just a lot going on, y'all. We really need to tighten up street ship and really start pulling rank. If you call yourself a general, like Brother Wesley said, it's men out here that are just letting this stuff happen. I can't respect you if you're not using your position or your authority to organize your people. Black Power, can we agree on that?
Black Power, Black Power,
Black
Well,
Power. Black
that's
Black
one
Power.
Power,
thing
Black
that
Power,
Sheikh,
Black
Imam,
Power, Janae.
Akbar
Black Power,
Can
Black
I play a
Power.
taught
song?
me. If
I
If
know
it
that's right.
if you don't use your black power, then what is it? It ain't black power if you don't use it.
That's right. Just
Okay?
another
You
cliche.
can't
Is that right?
claim you know general if you're not organizing. If you're not doing something, you just walking around with a title, no soldier. That's not respectable. We can't
Well, you
respect
know,
that.
Sister
Look
J,
at
can
what's
I interject
happening.
with you? And Sister J, just real quick, you got to watch these undercover drug addicts. See, a lot of these men are sneaking around, getting high, and that is what's stopping them from doing what they want to do. I yield right there. I just want to interject that, Honorable Queen.
And that's
Black
true.
power.
I want to
Black
just
power. Black
reiterate
power.
on him because here in San Francisco, the government that you guys love so, and I'm not saying you all, I'm just speaking in general. I'm not talking about my brothers and sisters on here. I'm talking about that these mayors and stuff that we put in office and everybody try to speak so badly about Mary and Barry, but they are actually funding the drug activity. They are giving the people out here fentanyl in San
Speak,
Francisco. They are
preach,
giving
sister.
it to them. They are giving it to them. So when he's talking about the drug addicts on the corner, they are continually creating them. They turn around. Look at this. I can't even get food
Preach.
stamps. I can't even get food stamps, okay? But the
Got these
thing
niggas
is,
getting
they will give a person that claim they homeless, right? And they on the street, they know the drug are using drugs. They give them not only food stamps, over $1,000, but they turn around and they also give them cash. And then they turn around and they also supply them with the drugs because they're making money off of them jokers being out there and also using them as experiments, and they putting that drugs in the neighborhood. They keep on doing it over and over again. See, it's a different type of strategy now. That's why they turn around and legalize marijuana. Why would the oppressor want to give you anything? Them jokers turned around and took everything from our ancestors, but now they want to give you something. They want to say, oh, go ahead, brother and sister, stay high. Keep on going to the medical marijuana places. Them jokers gonna kill you too. They in the process of doing all of that. Just like here in San Francisco, they got places, they don't even have real meat. They got fake meat. It's fake in there. And the only thing they have to do is tell you they got fake meat. Do you think them jokers are going to tell you they selling you fake meat? No, because they trying to kill you. If you look at the people that walk around here, they can't even stand up straight because they bent over. Because fentanyl turns around and breaks down the calcium in your bones. That's why they can't stand up. And they
Preach.
allow them to ride the bus every day or whatever, because I take the bus to go to work, because they steal cars out here like crazy, because they got chop shops everywhere.
That's
See
all
how
over. So they
focus
running the
on
store still.
everything else besides what needs to be done properly in the community? They don't want to have anything safe around us. They don't care because they constantly making money off the jail going up and you being a drug addict, whether you're smoking their weed. And if a brother and sister want to smoke weed, why can't you just grow it yourself? Why you got to go to the medical marijuana places and support them? They making millions and millions of dollars, and that
Preach.
stuff going back to them, the government. Government turned around with the boule. And I'm not just talking about the white boule. I'm talking about the black boule too. And
Them
they
are the
living
worst
in
times.
their mansions. They living in their mansions, doing whatever, driving around in their Bentleys and Mercedes.
Judas.
And we talking about we ain't got no food in the
Judas in the
community.
Bible.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's Judas.
That's some
Sister,
bullshit.
sister, the Bible said what was yesterday is today. And Judas is the man that turned on the person to bring the message onto the people. It's Judas up under our national chairman. It's Judas up under our leaders in the community. It's Judas up under any lead. Sister Janae can tell you, I think this sister built Washington up so strong, had one of the strongest chapters out there. And them people tried to tear her down for liberating her people. Black
Well,
power.
that's what they do. That's what they do. They're going to turn around. Look, the next go round is death. You already know. Anytime that we are out here in the community trying to do humane things in the community, what you gonna expect? Oh yeah, they gotta kill you. You know why? Because you're not making money for P. Diddy. You're not making money for the guy who owned Black Rock in DC that also funded Moderna. You know what I'm saying? You're not making money for the Jews, the white Jews, when you know the original Jews are black. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
You're not making money for their children or whatever. But look, take that same shit and go up in the hills and put it in their neighborhood. Let
They ain't
me
gonna
tell
let
you,
you come
I
up
bet
there.
you they make it a stop right
They
then
ain't
and right
gonna let you
now.
come up.
You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna. You
Black
know
Power.
what they are? They are poverty pimping. That's what they doing. Poverty pimping.
Preach.
Not only is the white supremacists and the honorary supremacists poverty pimping, these spiritual groups, they poverty pimping too.
Oh, them
Because
the black
you
supremacists.
know what? They poverty
Them the
pimping too. They own brothers and sisters, poverty pimping. See, all this stuff has to be addressed because at the end of the day, who is right and who is wrong? If you're not walking that path of humanitarianism or righteousness, you are no better than your oppressor. Because
Black Power.
regardless of where you put your knee on the neck, whether it's your brother or whether it's a cracker, it does not make a difference if you are doing the kneeing on the neck that is not for righteousness and humanitarianism.
Black
Okay?
Power, sister.
Black power, and that's what we working on, and that's what we've been about here in DC is the humanitarian projects. Now I have a project that I'm working on, and I've been working on, and hopefully within the next 2 days, like really, people not paying attention to what's going on, y'all.
Mm.
The US dollar is no longer being traded in 150 accepted in 150 different countries. They have
Read.
dropped the US dollar. Okay. It's Nasara Gensara. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Google it. The wealth
Preach.
exchange is happening right now, especially why they got these people handicapped and with no power. So they trading off shit, they selling off stuff. This is like the lamb for the slaughter. This you could equate this hurricane season as 9/11 all over again. Okay, the death toll is rising and it's going to continue to rise. And they're going to continue to collect on your life insurance, your birth certificate. You know you're being traded on the stock market. Now let's get real. Okay?
That's right.
Let's
Melanin
get
is high
real. Let's
priced in the
tell the
stock
truth
market.
about what's going on in this country and what they're doing to us. Okay,
Preach.
so if you ain't got no real revolution in your heart, get off my show. You
Get off
understand what
the
I'm
show.
saying? Get off my show, get off
Black
my
Power.
line, because we're gonna have to start taking heads off. And that's a direct quote from chain of command. We're gonna
Yes,
have
sir.
to start
Yes, it is.
taking heads off. And that
Preach.
ain't no fucking around, okay?
Well, as long as it's in agreement with my
None of
life.
that. None of that. And like you said, we're gonna have to start with some of us that's been
You,
out
you
here
know,
poverty pimping our
I know that's
people because it's churches out here that are doing it. It's
right.
leadership out here that is doing that to
Right.
us. Okay? And we ain't got time to pussyfoot with nobody. I'm not playing when it come down to the safety of my children and my family. At all. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. If it come down to me or you, it's gonna be me every time. Okay?
Well,
And
it's
we
gonna be
did the
we.
work. We've done the work. We done enough work. I don't. Do you know how many people I done fed in Washington D.C.? Do you know how many people who were depending on those meals? You know that when I had to leave Southeast Washington D.C., I had survivor's remorse because I knew that those people were going to suffer because there was nobody doing the work that we were doing as Black Panthers over there in Southeast D.C. Just providing food.
Well, the
Ain't
good thing
nobody
about
coming.
Washington D.C., they have the community gardens, and I like that, and they have that set up. One of the things that, like I said, we can teach brothers and sisters how to grow their own food in the community gardens, as well as you can grow food within inside of your home. It may not be a hamburger or whatever you used to, and you have to cleanse yourself so you won't be fiending for a hamburger. But some coconut water, you can get that from fresh coconut, and also, sprouts, the little tiny sprouts and stuff like that, whether it's beet or however, whatever. But DC is good when it comes to having community gardens and everything else. And that's praises that you do turn around and feed your community. That's what you're supposed to do, and it doesn't even matter. But the thing is, about the dollar bill, who cares? The mean dollar green with their colonialism, I don't blame other countries for it to keep on going down, because our ancestors utilized minerals. They had gold that they turned around and stole. They took our emeralds, right? They took our rubies. They took everything. Who cares about their dollar bill with a goddamn big ass cracker on the front of it anyway? Who wants to spend that? We need to go back to our system. Our system is the bartering system that we developed on our own, and we had our metals and everything we utilized, and also our coins. They have our coins still in Germany to this day that's worth more than that mean dollar green. That mean dollar green has turned around and allowed our own people to turn around and sell their own people for that mean dollar green. And I hope our ancestors is behind it to get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of that mean. They own that dollar. Look at it. They utilized our ancestors' stuff on that dollar, and then tell you that that's what you need in order to survive. It's time for us to have our own, and we got to have our own land. Stop complaining, stop begging, stop asking, and do what we need to do. And as a process, we get our land, we're going to utilize what? And this is something don't nobody likes for me to say. We're going to utilize our voodoo.
You know what, sister? Sister, I've noticed that, they'll try to disfigure your character when you are really doing God's work in your community. They did all the prophets before us, so it's what was yesterday shall be today. But my solution is this. I got people running around here in Killeen and Austin, Texas, grown feet running around talking about we gonna mess his name off. So they trying to discredit but they can't mess off the work that you do for your people. And I think at the end of the day, that's what matters. The energy and the effort you put in liberation, and the programs you try to keep, and the programs you try to create. And I think if we save one child, leave the 99 and save one, then we are doing the will of Allah. We can know
I say
not doing nothing for themselves. You out there getting high, if you out here doing that, we must expose those. You are over here. We cannot longer sympathize for somebody that is cognitively making this decision. I think that's where we go wrong. We always want to say, this is a good person, or this is up under whose standards? Not according to Allah. Your actions are out of line according to this energy. So we got to stop that. We got to stop making excuses, and we have to work with our own community. Allah say, go ye amongst the children of Israel first, not just good, but bad. We need to correct the wrongs in our community, and I'm standing up for myself. And if I can't do it, we need to aid and assist each other. If I got to come to your state and help you, and we create our own, this is what Chairman Akbar always say. If we go into somewhere, we need to leave a chapter erected. And so my solution to the problems that we're facing in different communities like Shreveport, we need to go inside Shreveport, address these matters, but not only address these matters, but build a strong, solidified chapter there. And up under the leadership of General Akbar and the program that he has for the people, I believe that we can solve some of those problems. But we first must create our own community. We can no longer fellowship with those that are not a part of. We color don't make you one. See, all black people are not our people. Only those that are down for liberation is down for revolution.
All right, brother.
See,
Can I add
go
something to
ahead,
what you
sister.
said?
Yes, ma'am. Go
And
ahead.
this
Go
is
ahead,
the
sister.
thing that, and you are exactly right. But I want to tell brothers and sisters this: all we need is solar panels. We can turn around and we get us some land, whether it's in Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, or whatever. Put our solar panels up. Get that vibration coming down from that sun. We can turn around and create our own clean water. We can make our own clean water and we can do everything we need. All we need is the land. See, that's the thing. Even with these reparations, they want to turn around and give us money. You know why they want to give us money? Nobody sits around and has took the time out to actually teach you. Look, I have a nephew, doesn't even know how to write a check. Have we ever had some kind of financial business class to actually show you how to do some type of investment and everything else? No, our ancestors did it based on looking at what's going on in nature in order to figure out what to do next, right? So they want to give you the money, and all these brothers say, yeah. That's how LeBron James can have sex with P. Diddy.
Okay, Desiree,
Okay,
come
okay.
on now.
I'm not saying
Look,
it. Okay,
Black
but
Power. We
all
got
right.
brother Ty Nitty
Come
on
back
the
to the
line.
subject matter.
But the thing
We
is
let brother
that
Ty speak. Brother Ty gonna give us an update down there in South Carolina. Brother Ty, where you at?
How you doing? Ty Nitty on board. How y'all doing? Black Power. It's bad down here. This is historically the worst storm that's ever came through since I've been living. And
Your Black
1991.
Power,
Uh,
comrade.
can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Black power, black power. Yes, sir. We hear you, black power, sir.
We
Okay.
Black
hear you
Power, you
loud
So
and
loud and
clear.
clear. You
Go
loud
ahead.
and clear.
1991
And you
Hurricane
live on
Hugo.
Black Power Radio. Black Power.
Yes, sir. 1991 Hurricane Hugo came through. That was one of the worst storms I ever seen. But this right here, historically, this is one of the worst storms because South Carolina don't be really ready for all the different kind of elements of nature. Let's say, for example, Florida, they get storms all the time, so they know what to do beforehand, during, and after. South Carolina, we get a little bit of storms, but not really like that. So you got trees down. A lot of the electrical infrastructure has been damaged. We got a lot of power lines down, telephone poles down, a lot of trees blocking roads off. It's a shortage of it ain't no shortage of fuel. It's a fuel pipeline right here in Spartanburg in the upstate of South Carolina. So it go on the ground and a lot of trucks come here from different places like Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina. They come from Asheville and Columbia to come here and fill their 18-wheeler tankers up. But because there's not electricity at all the stores, it doesn't matter if this is a pipeline right here. It's people that's piled up in lines that go around the block for like a mile. People lined up to get fuel. Only a couple of grocery stores open. You got people panicking and shit like that. So going up toward North Carolina, let's say in Asheville, to 60 miles away, a lot of rivers and waterways and flooded the streets and washed away a whole lot of historical stuff. Over in Tennessee, you got buildings that totally got washed away. So in this general area right here in the southeast, man, it's a lot of chaos because of that storm right there. So that's giving the white people a chance to, do what they do.
Ashe, that's right, brother, because it's a plot. You know it's a plot. South Carolina got some heavy hitters down there. Heavy hitters,
Hello?
heavy hitters, heavy hitters.
Yes, we're here, brother Ty. You know, my people live in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I'm watching them scramble for food and basic necessities, and I like
I'm on
we tried to tell them 4 days before the storm hit it's worse than what they telling y'all. Oh, it'll be all right. It's nothing, you say South Carolina don't be prepared. They really don't take shit serious when you tell them. And now they see, yeah, this can happen anywhere. Anywhere. You need to know where you are in the flood zone. And like I told him, I left South Carolina 7 years, 18 years ago because I knew that this was coming. We knew we had been preparing for this since 2008, 7, 8. That these massive storms, these are storms that were created. after Hurricane, what was that, Katrina? That was a superstorm that was
I
created.
shake,
That
I
was a
shake,
test.
Biological warfare. And then let
That
me
was
tell you this
just
right
a
here, for
test,
example.
though. That
I
was just
shake,
a
I shake.
testing ground for Louisiana. But this here now is the real deal. We are in economic, the whole system is reset. Whether you have money or not, it's not even gonna matter if it ain't nothing fucking left. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing left down there in places. Like you said, you got a whole city. The whole city of Chimney Rock, North Carolina, is gone.
Washed
It's
away.
gone, washed
Washed away.
all
Washed
the
down the
way. I
mountain.
saw the video. You know what I'm
Hey, so
saying?
what that's gonna do? So what that's gonna do right there with black people? See, with nature, black people ain't really zoned in the nature and being around different kind of
Right.
animals. That's gonna force bears and different kind of raccoons and stuff, coyotes and
And
foxes
snakes.
that
Don't
blacks ain't
forget
really
about
used
the
to
snakes
seeing in
coming
the area.
out.
Snakes are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? When I'm
Right.
talking about bears walking, it's gonna be bears attacks and shit like that, and it's gonna affect the blacks. Because first of all, a black person really can't have no gun. We have plenty of us got guns, but legally, if you can't have no gun and you get caught with it, then that's your ass. You doing some time. So
You
then you
know
can't
why the
reproduce.
government
You,
is
you
turning
can't you,
around and
you can't
focused
reproduce.
on South Carolina so bad? Because
This
of
the
the
stronghold.
divisions.
This the stronghold right here.
That's right,
This is where a lot of people
stronghold,
still got land.
stronghold.
Like I got family in
Right.
my, I got family that still got land from back when they gave reparations 40 acres and a mule. I got family that stay in neighborhoods that's all black. Everybody next door to next door to everybody all the way on up through the whole neighborhood, all black and all kinfolk to each other. And don't no white people live around that period. And we don't sell land to white people. They can't come in there and buy nothing.
That's right. And then don't forget about the Gullah. The Gullah down there. They see they were trying to
Talking about
do
Charleston, yeah,
beautification with
Charleston,
them
yeah.
as well.
Say, I want to expose this. I've been talking to Chairman Akbar and Brother D Mike about some situations I'm having in Texas. And so I told the Honorable Chairman that I would expose this on national radio station. Now, what is going on here in Killeen with myself is that they definitely don't want the new Black Panther Party down here. And so in Killeen and Austin, Texas, first of all, they're running around calling me a child molester. Now I got the city manager and the mayor investigating this. And because of these accusations, about 2 weeks ago, somebody ran in my house and stole all my stuff out of my house. Now I got a detective investigating this here. Now you got people following me around everywhere I go, riding around my house, and all of this here going on. So I've asked the national security to put boots on ground in Killeen, Texas, so we can address the mayor about this situation because they don't want to have a chapter down here. You see what I'm saying? And also, I want everybody on Black Talk radio station. If you think I'm lying, I'm in Killeen, Texas. I stay 1214 Florence Road, Duplex B. 76541. You come down here and ask them what's going on. But that's not a problem for me. That's not a problem for me. The problem is we have no community programs. We have no effective Black Panther chapter down here to do the work. Now, I don't know about all these other so-called formations down here in Texas, and I'm calling them out. Like like Attorney Malik say, fuck Yakanan and everybody and all that shit that they doing. I said it.
All right,
Ain't
so
nobody
where is
doing the
your
work.
chapter
Ain't
at though, brother?
nobody doing the work in Texas but Akbar.
Well, wait a minute. Where are you at? Do you want to be
I'm
a
the southern.
chairman?
I'm the commander of the Southern Region, sister.
Yeah,
I run
let me
five
help you
seven.
out. Let me help you out.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Brother Muhammad has held the line with us from day one,
From
and
day
they
one.
have seek to vilify Muhammad. Some of the guys were in the Panther, but then the people don't see. You got to understand what's going on, the geographics. You got to understand the dynamics of social politicalism that make Prairie View, Texas, Austin, Texas, Colleen, Texas, and places in that. But he know I be boots on the ground in these spots, and so Muhammad's giving some genuine stuff. So let us try to embrace Muhammad, support Muhammad, so we can get the proper Black Panther visibility in Austin, in the region, throughout Killeen, small townships all the way over to Amarillo and Black to
Black power.
Dallas and Plano and places. Yeah, he
Waco.
knows
And I
exactly.
apologize if you think I was
Yes, ma'am.
But
disrespecting you,
now,
brother.
sister,
Yes,
what
sir.
it is,
No, don't
sister,
worry
it's
about it.
not an attack
Let's
on
save
me.
all that.
It's
Let's
an
save
attack on
that.
the leadership.
Let's save
It's
that. Go
not an
ahead.
attack on me,
Go ahead and
sister.
talk.
It's an attack on the
Let him
leadership
talk.
because, like he said, you got to understand the phonetics. See, I came up under Hassim. Now, Hassim made me the Southern Region Chief of Staff. Our commander stepped down, so it made me run the Southern region. See, I've been here with Sister Janae and all them from day one when we was really rocking. I'd have been in Washington, D.C., Tulsa, Oklahoma. We didn't travel the world, put boots on down, and we've been in these folks' face. And so what has happened is as soon as Akbar took control, the phonetics of the thing changed. And so what they're trying to do is suffocate the spirit of revolution up under such leadership intensely because he's a Khalidite. See, a lot of people don't understand the concept of Khalid, go ye amongst the children of Israel first. So if I go amongst my people first, it's going to take a lifetime and lifetime to correct our wrongs. You see what I'm saying? But everybody else want to cater to every other race before we cater our own. And because of these strict leaderships, they're trying to put a smoke screen on our chairman because they know our chairman to come down here and black out Texas. Now we got to understand the timing that we are. It's a great election. It's a great election. See, this P. Diddy stuff is a smoke screen for the election. Because now, if this woman makes president, it'll make sisters strong. It'll make African Americans strong, and it'll put them in their rightful place. Like Sister Janae. If she could get the right support and the programs and the things that I've seen her do, I believe that she is the solution for her people in her community. But they have tried to disfigure this character, disencourage, dismotivate this sister for years. And it seemed like the only thing it does is just continue to empower her. So I'm not the only one who's going through this. That tactic is different. See what I'm saying? It's a 2020.
Can I interrupt y'all?
The only thing they doing is pissing me off.
Yeah,
That's what they
give me one
doing. They
mic.
keep
Can I interrupt
pissing
y'all?
me off.
Give
Can I
him
interrupt
one
y'all
mic.
for a minute? Hey, I want to ask y'all opinion. Let me interrupt for 1 second. So I'm gonna ask y'all something. You ain't really got an answer, but we all know the answer to it. So we're gonna talk about the white race, the Chinese race, the Spanish race, and the Indian race. And I'm gonna ask it all at one time. Who makes more money, the man or the woman? The man makes more in all them races except for one race. In the black race, the woman disproportionately makes more than a man.
Oh,
Do you know why? Hey, hold up. Hold up. Do you know why?
Government did.
The reason why
Preach,
they
brother.
do that to belittle you. They do that to break up the black family structure. Because when it's the head, it makes problems. Because historically, that's not the way it's supposed to be. If it's a strong man that's on board, then the woman's supposed to be the body and the man is the head. That's the way it works.
Well,
When it's the other way around, then that's the problem.
Come
Understand
on.
what I'm saying?
Desiree, hold on.
Problem is the man is not stepping up.
Mic.
So who's supposed to be the head of the household, Mr. Akbar? The man or the woman?
We really gonna go
Hey,
there?
hold on, ma'am. Hey, ma'am,
Come on.
ma'am, hold on a second.
Let me give you my answer, and I'm gonna give the
I'm
mic
asking
to
him.
Janae. Okay, hold on. Everybody, just hold what you got, and
Black
everybody
Power.
gonna get to talk.
All right, everybody, hold on. You gotta
I'm not gonna be
hold
long.
on.
I won't be
Mute the
long. I'll
mic
be
for a
strong.
second
And
because we don't want to
hold on.
start an argument. This ain't
We gotta have
Just
organization
hold
amongst
your mic.
ourselves.
Just hold
Hey,
your mic.
first we gotta have organization amongst ourselves before we attack other people. So basically,
hold
not
your
to say
mic.
a civil war amongst each other, but we gotta have organization before we go
Hold
out there.
the mic. Akbar hasn't spoken yet, and let's see you about the head of the household, brother.
Okay,
All right,
let's
go ahead.
hold the mic. Hold the mic.
See what I
Now,
mean?
the Congress wanted to undermine. I have to give you the classic example of Joe Jackson. And the reason I use Joe Jackson because he's the best example of them undermining the head of household and then squandering the wealth, whether it's OJ or Joe Jackson. And he can't touch a dime of the wealth. Oh, you're a wealthy man, but you can't touch a dime of the wealth. You're a millionaire, billionaire, but you can't touch the wealth because they use the idea of no corporal punishment on children and told a black man that you can't touch your child. But knowing that corporal discipline is what held our family together and kept things going. So I'm saying to you, that the black man, his natural role is the head, but they wanted to superimpose the Mediterraneanism. The Mediterranean, I mean a Eurocentric value system, Europe Asian value system, superimpose that onto the black man. And therefore, it created the chaos and confusion, and then create a dynamic that had the black man warring with his woman. and the black woman warring with her man. So we can't see reality because we are failing to identify our family value system because of extra poor social orientation as to exactly who you are and what your natural role is in society. And I'm gonna pass that mic straight to Sister Janae, and we can
All
move it
right,
on.
Black
And,
Power.
and
We
give
got a
everybody a
word from
chance.
Black
Brother
Power.
Pete.
Black Power,
Hold
Black
on,
Power.
hold your line, cause he on the other phone. He kept getting kicked off the stage. You got the mic, Brother Pete.
I am definitely trying to hear, and everybody's trying to talk. Can we possibly give respect to each other and let one person finish their complete thought so that their thought can be adjusted and dealt with? The brother was trying to say something that was going on where he's at, and everybody's got answers, but nobody's down there where he's at. Okay? Let this brother say what he got to say, because he was saying some things that I was really trying to hear. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Brother Pete, and I am a member of the original Black Panther Party. Okay? So let's do what we're supposed to do and do it right. Desiree, you know me. Stop cutting this brother off. This brother's trying to say some things that I'm really trying to hear.
Oh, Brother Pete, quit it. Are you still eating bacon on your hamburger?
Whatever.
Okay.
Brother, can you finish saying what you were saying? Because
All right,
I'm
love
really
you
trying to hear
too.
what you're saying. You caught my interest with some things you were saying.
Yeah. So basically, it's a whole thing where they trying to cause chaos, man. A lot of people, they ain't got hot water, they ain't got access to dish detergent, things of that nature right there. So you got a lot of people grilling and a lot of people food going bad, so they trying to grill it. You're gonna have staph infections, people out of work, so the money that's usually coming in is not gonna be coming in. That's gonna cause domestic violence situations. Um, we already at I'm walking down the road, so I'm kind of out of breath. We already at a point where home ownership amongst blacks is really low, especially amongst men. So you got more women that own homes, and that's going back to the same thing. They put them in higher positions and give them access to more easier, just to cause chaos between the man and the woman. But with all this flooding and everything like that going on, and this is the foothill of the mountains, so you got the foothill, which is the base of the mountains. The mountain's 60 miles away. A lot of bears and different kind of animals, they coming down here. Um, they got it set up to where, we gonna be going to jail. We're gonna be fighting each other. We're gonna be going to jail. We're gonna be getting sick. The money that's coming in, it ain't gonna be able to cover bills and things of that nature when the power do come back on. People fighting each other at gas stations, killing each other. We done had several people die already in the last few days. One thing that caught my eye, I went over. I'm a truck driver, so I went over to Lowe's, got to talk to some people, and I snuck to the back and I watched the truck unload. They said it was over 100 generators. They tried to make sure that the white people got up there and got in line first before they start selling the generators. Oh yeah, they making sure that certain people in certain neighborhoods get their power back on first. Man, it's always set up for us to lose, and at the end of the day, y'all already know that right there. It's set up for us to lose, and it's set up for us to have chaos. And that's all I gotta say.
Damn, I wish
That's
I would
right.
have gone where that truck was with the generator. I should have stuck that joker up and took him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Revolutionary, a race first, Black Power.
Black Power. Okay, Sister Truth Bay been on the hold for the longest. Sister Truth, you got something you want to add to the conversation? Because it's almost 10 o'clock. We got ten
Yeah, I'm
minutes
just
left.
chiming in, family. Black power to y'all.
Black power.
Preparing for a major event next week in Florida. It's called Palm Diet. Right now, focusing on accountability, anti-black hate crime bill. We're developing that, particularly for the Haitian issues right now as well. A lot of people are not privy to how Haiti is an integral part of the U.S. History, and the things that we've been going through, and I'm grateful for a lot of the comments that were made. Yes, the dynamics in society has switched the roles deliberately, whereas the black man is diminishing from the head of household, and that shouldn't be. But ultimately, we do have a different breed of men nowadays. The real men that are out there taking care of the household and standing up for the community, they are vilified, or they are targeted, or they are assassinated, or slandered.
Mm-hmm.
And yet all these incentives from the government from the late 70s, I think it was what kind of movement was that? It was like the women's rights movement, I think, was hijacked, whereas the woman was given all these incentives if they didn't have the black man at home. It started from there, from the 50s and 60s, and um, giving women more, black women more funding, so to speak, in businesses, whereas the black man is, a lot of times are not given that fair share, and that's done deliberately. And how we can combat that, though, family, is that we have to be knowledgeable in certain things, or train ourselves and ask God for wisdom. It's all a spiritual battle. First and foremost, we have to be grounded with God, pray, and sometimes fast, and really read the word, because God had told us this was a time coming such as this. He told us in Genesis that we would be slaves for 400 years. As now it's 400 plus, because we have not gotten in tune with the right order of things. We have forgotten our ways of how to protect each other. It's really unfortunate, but it is a day of reckoning. When you recognize the symptoms that are plaguing our Black community, the best way to combat it is to counteract it with planning and organizing. And that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. It's individual work, and that's why I applaud Sister Queen Janae for the work that she continues to do, in inspiration to a lot of us, not only women but men and youth as well, to continue despite of all odds and lack of support. We make something out of nothing. And this is why it's really important now, family. You've got to think of what is your position in this mission. You have to have a position, you have to have a certain talent or a certain expertise to bring to the table. We have to discussion and dialogue is great, but at the end of the day, when we all are done with the show, what are we accomplishing that's adding to the team efforts? Yeah, the Black Panthers, we had a definitive role in redefining politics and community. For free food program is still being used to the day, just like everything else that we have created is being taken from us, from music, from the internet, from um, any inventions. They're using it today, but we don't have any intellectual property because of how we are treating each other. Understand that the oppressor knows us better than we know ourselves, and places distractions in where we know that majority of us is going to lean towards. And that makes it much difficult for those who are trying to organize and stay on the straight and narrow. I can tell you now, family, I mean, a lot of us have a lot of irons in the fire. Not because we want to, is because we have to, because those who can step up, like Black lawyers, to step up and fight for us in legal matters, be there for the majority of the people. Reparations has been a very important topic, and even more important because of November's elections coming up. They have told us, Kamala did a great favor for us. If you listen to her last video interview a couple of days ago, where
Oh,
she
this is idolatry. Really? Camilla Harris did a big favor. She didn't do a big favor for Marcellus Williams. And then on top of that, it's not even about the oppressor knowing us better than I know ourselves. It's about brothers and sisters
Oh,
don't
sister,
want to leave
you
the
don't know what she was
plantation.
about to say, sister. You cut her off. You got to let her finish her sentence. Then you can say that. You got to allow her to finish her sentence. Now, Dr. Truth Bay,
All
you were
right.
talking. Now, what
Yes,
will
sir.
you complete your sentence, and then you can allow some interaction. What were you
Yes.
about to say that she did do? You don't know what
And
she said. Go ahead.
yes, thank you, National Chairman. The favor that Kamala did was tell on herself before the elections. Those who are on the Democratic plantation, and many of our kinfolks are still on there. No matter how revolutionary we may be, we got a lot of our family that are still on that Kool-Aid. But what she said when she was asked the direct question from a young black journalist, and I'm so proud of these young people. They are stepping up to the plate and asking the questions that need to be asked. But she was asked, what do you think about reparations? What is your part to play if you're elected president? If you watch that interview, family, she couldn't even say the word reparations. She was fumbling and bumbling and saying, well, I think, we got to look in the past of history, a lot of word salad, as she said. But the most important part that she stated was that she said she's going to leave it up to Congress to do another study. Understand the key word, study. That's why they don't give us the anti-black hate crime bill. That's why they didn't pass the George Floyd Policing Act. That's why they still have the John Lewis Voting Act still limbering, because they know that we as a people like to disrespect each other and not put forth organizational skills as we should. Therefore, they can come up over us, distract and implant diversions, and target the ones who are on the straight and narrow. And we see that with our
Okay,
ancestors
now give your
and
inhale and exhale.
our remains.
And then next, now you were about to say, comment, sister Aquette.
Oh, okay. So let's go back to what we're sitting here fighting for all these acts, all these acts. I have not seen not one person in Congress to turn around and stop the black code laws, let alone stop the Jim Crow laws, let alone stop that assassination on Marcellus Williams. What
That's right.
bothers me is this: they want to give you a inkling, a little thing. Oh, let's appease, you know what I'm saying? Still with that plantation, or however, whatever. The thing that gets me is that this has no substance whatsoever. Fuck a Camilla Harris, fuck that Donald Trump, fuck all them damn politicians, and leave it up to Congress to do what? Them old cracker Jews, or however they are, and all of them got law firms or been a lawyer somewhere else, and that goes for that sorry ass Obama, because he ain't nothing anyway. On his watch, Omar Gaddafi got killed. He came to the United Nations building in Washington, D.C., and New York, and he stayed in Central Park, and he set up Central Park just like he would do over there in his country. And you know why he stayed in Central Park? Because Central Park was owned by our ancestors. The same thing that went from Georgetown, Virginia Beach, all that water land that brothers and sisters decide to sell, and look how them crackers is making generational wealth. The thing is, it's not about that. We have to start low. And that goes with the city council members. And that goes with everything that goes on in our history. Fuck the president. We have to start in our community down low. Who is the civic leader? Who is running for mayor? Just like they got gay ass Mario Bowser and gay ass Biden, gay ass Obama, promoting homosexuality that you already know is a detriment to our culture and our family. And then you want to sit
Exactly.
there and say
Now
he's
give an
being a
inhale and
sinner?
exhale.
Who
Did
cares
somebody
what that
else
dude
have
is
input there?
for?
Hold
Come
on, just a second. So you dropped a whole couple of pieces. Now, did anybody else have something there that needed to go in there before you walked
One
away with
more
Dr.
thing. She
Swimwear?
need to take her troglodyte husband.
Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, who
That's
was
why the
trying?
man got to be the head, and that's what I'm saying. The same thing that all y'all just said.
Right. And so this is what I'm
In
concluding
ahead,
to.
it's equal.
And then
Not
I
Okay. Now, you
you.
appreciate,
have to hold the mic, and because you cut in on somebody, we allowed you to get your piece in.
No,
Power
that's what
speak.
he's
Whoa, whoa,
saying
whoa, whoa,
again
sister.
about a
We
man
got
being
we got your point. We got your point. Okay, believe me. I really do this for as a
equal,
professional.
a
I do this as a
compliment.
professional. And I need you to mute your mic right now. Okay, now. Then Ty said what you said, right? And then Truth Bay came back to the mic. What did you? What were you about to say, Dr. Truth Bay?
yeah, so I agree with you 100%. We got to think about our local politics. But when you are saying these things, these are the points that we're making, that the Republicans and Democrats don't have our best interests at heart. One of the best qualities of a revolutionary is the listening skills. We must learn to listen, not to respond, but listen to receive. And if you were listening, you would hear we're along the same lines of what needs to happen. But what now has to happen with all of us is that we have to put action locally in order to have a national stance. And so I drafted with, and we're reviewing it with a couple of senator candidates who are revolutionaries in their own right, right? That an anti-Black hate crime bill has been drafted and presented to Sleepy Joe in January, knowing that he's going to refuse it. We have to go through the process of learning what this system has created. We cannot jump the gun and say, we are going to be on self-determination when we are not privy to our local and national politics and their talking points. The point is, if we live together, lift each other up, and organize off air, we will be 10 times more powerful when we come together. So
But
you
what
have
about a human rights bill? That's the thing. That's how the LBGT community they keep on winning. What about a human rights bill? It's not
That's
so much
precisely what this bill
about
is.
human
Yes.
rights.
Human rights needs to be a law. And as I stated before, if anybody listened to anything that I've been doing the last 4 years, I've been saying human rights needs to be a law, but it has to be someone to implement that. See, my background is not into politics, but I had to learn it since my son was killed in 2009 and find out why our neighborhoods was riddled with guns and drugs and have our youth turning on each other. I said, let's get the land, identify properties in your area. If you're in San Francisco, then the San Francisco local jurisdiction is what you need to bring forth in a plan. Since you are well read, you should be having plans coming out your ears, ready to
Excuse me, I
disseminate
am
to the
well
people.
read, and I have found property out here in San Francisco. Matter of fact, right over here on Mission, there's a whole building that can be utilized as commercial and residential that's actually for sale. And I have a picture that I can send you with all the information.
That's great. So you have
Very
my
good, very good.
information, and let's share that and let's start building, because that's what it's all about. Reparations through land and HR 194. Now, let me briefly explain, because Double R should be on this line as well.
Okay, hold your
Um,
point for a second. Did you have something as a follow up, a black drop, Brother Ty?
No, sir.
Okay, Sister Janae, are you still there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
Me
I
and
know you
Brother
have some
Pete.
black. I know, and Brother Pete, if you had something before we go into the double R and put Dr. Truth Bay. Go ahead, Sister Janae and Brother Pete.
Okay, Brother Pete, you got anything you want to add to that conversation?
No, the sister hit it right on the head when she said the greatest power that a revolutionary should ever have is the ability to listen. That's the only way that you learn. It's the only way that you can develop a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And yelling and screaming at each other is not developing a strategy. Trying to outsmart each other, trying to show super intelligence is not it's not creating a strategy. Okay, I say it all the time, and I'm gonna keep saying it. The first three things that we have to develop is an agenda, a code of conduct, and a constitution. And if ain't nobody talking about that, they're talking about nothing.
That's right. Black power.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
All
Okay,
power to
continue,
the
Truth
people.
Bay. Go ahead and continue.
yes, and that I believe on the 28th. You did mention it was on the 26th, but on the if it's the same in DC to meet up concerning a black conference and strategies on the 28th. Correct me if I'm wrong, uh, Chairman Akbar.
Mhm.
Is the event on the 26th or the 28th?
Our event is on the 26th at the Union Temple Baptist Church, and inviting all concerned citizens, especially those involved in the leadership and those that have concerns on the, I guess, the idea of us being disposable and the crisis and the killing on the black man, the black woman, and all of our black children in the DMV, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. District of Columbia is not a state, and we'll be at that Union Temple on Saturday, October the 26th, from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're asking this across the nation to be there, but especially the people in the region um, of Washington, D.C., to be there, be goddamn it square. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And that is precisely one of many events to come where we can come together to strategize action plans. Because it's very important for us to have a strategy before November's elections. And whoever's in that seat in January will not make a difference in how we plan and organize as we speak. It is imperative, imperative that we focus on what is policy. So, what is our Constitution? And thank you, Brother Pete, for bringing that up. We need to actually have human rights as a law, as Sister Osset just mentioned. HR 194, House Resolution 194. If you have not read that yet, this was a federal document created in 2008 that stated the harms of what the United States did towards those of African descent in brilliant 17 lines and 5 resolutions on the bottom. Each of those lines should add up to $300,000 apiece for a total amount of $5 million. That's the minimum if we're talking about cash payments. They're not ready or nor they plan on to pay out anything. That's what California has done with Gavin Newsom in the last 30 days. The three simple reparations bills, 1403, 1331, and 1050. This was to create the Freedmen's Bureau Agency, and where it would be able to have a group of people to help determine and distribute the funding and the land to Black Californians. This was on a state level. The CLBC, California Legislative Black Caucus, which is about 12 members, with the exception of Senator Stephen Bradford. He was the one that championed the bills for reparations all the way through from the very beginning, and to the point where his own co workers, the other congressional leaders, they ostracized him, they vilified him, and they made sure that his 3 bills for Black Californians did not pass. This is what's happening. Now, the cold part about what happened the other day was that Gavin Newsom passed the same bill that I'm just speaking about. House Resolution 194 is on a federal level. Reparations cannot be from state to state or city to city or county to county. Even though they're creating these task force, it's another smoke and mirrors because they want to do is another HR 40 to sit there for another 40 years. Now, once you know this, then you'll be able to say, let's gather on and have a Article 5 convention. And what that means is that 2/3 of the population is 48 million Black people registered here on this soil. If we all agree, just 2/3 of that agree that this is what we need as far as having legislation to protect us, then it shall be law. But again, we haven't even gotten to that point because majority of our people are not politically inclined. And this is why it's important for us to have town halls, to have gatherings, to educate, go to the schools where our Black youth are suffering and teach them about What is reparations and why it's owed to them? Many of them still do not know the basis of what it is. And this is our birthright. They stole from us and they need to return it back, but they're going to do it in a way where it's forcible, and we can do that. And that is what I look to organize and work with my brothers and sisters to accomplish that feat. Black Power.
Black Power. Thank you for that, Dr. Truth Bay.
Wait a minute, hold on. One question I want to ask her. Have you heard of also, since you're here in California, about the all of us or none, and also that other thing that they're trying to push in California, that proclamation number 33. If you know anything about that, can you talk about that, Dr. Truth Bay? Are you still there with the all of us or none? Well, that's also stuff, and I just want to put it out there for brothers and sisters. Do
Oh,
not
can you hear
do
me?
any mail-in ballot. Okay. Is Dr. Truth
Yes.
Bay? Okay. So
Yes.
one of the things I want to ask you about, being that you're here in California, because these are some information I got from my UNIA brothers, with Marcus Garvey. One of the things that they're trying to push is also the all of us or none. And also, what about that Properties 33? And another thing that I want to talk about and ask you about, because you're
We're
into
gonna have to hold on, y'all. It's 10 o'clock. We can't go past the 10:30 minute. I can't do 2 hours of Black
well, I
Power
just want
Radio.
to ask her because these are
Those are a
things
lot of
valid.
questions. That's right. We're gonna have to save it for another show. Let's wrap it up. Is what I'm asking. That's all.
Okay,
Black
wrap
Power.
it up. So the thing is, brothers and sisters, do not do any mail-in ballots. The thing that you need to do, you have to be there at the polls because you have to read what laws they are trying to pass in your state. Okay, that's all I have to say, and I yield. And peace and love to all my brothers and sisters.
Yeah. So to answer your question, are you talking about Proposition 33?
Yes,
Proposition
33. Proposition 33.
Yes, Proposition 33 is specifically concerning rent control. Rent control. That if we have affordable housing for everyone, that would be an issue. But that's not going to break the needle when it comes to claiming land so we can build housing. Now, All of Us or None is a grassroots civil rights, human rights organization that focuses on incarcerated people. And there are many chapters in California. You brought them up because.
Brought them up because one of the brothers called me from Oakland, and they people over there as well, because what he brought to the table is that California is actually making money off incarceration and people being incarcerated in jail. So that organization needs help as well, because it seems like
Right.
California, if they don't make the mark of who they are incarcerating, and you already know the incarceration is going to come between, and that's all it is, the black, brown, and the red, then also that money that they receive is not going to come to the state.
Right. So just to clarify, you're talking about Prop 6. Prop 6
Yeah,
is the one, yes, is the one that's affecting incarceration. What California did, it ended the word slavery in the state constitution. It's still in the federal constitution, whereas they said that you are not going to be deemed as a slave unless you are incarcerated. That was removed from the state constitution. Now, what was supposed to happen after this was passed in June was that instead of punishing our brothers and sisters who are locked up, they should give rehabilitation. They should have done that from the beginning. But even with this Prop 6, and that's what we're voting yes on Prop 6.
yeah,
Yes on Prop 6 to end slavery in mass incarceration. But
But
nonetheless, voting again is not going to make a change if we don't have boots to the ground actively supporting our brothers and sisters in jail. I'm talking about letter writing. This
Prop
is something
six,
that's
what they're doing also is demanding the money that they should have gotten paid for what they utilized in those companies. Now he
correct.
listed companies that are actually utilizing brothers and sisters that are incarcerated to make things out here in the world, okay? But they're doing it at a jailhouse rate. They're only getting 25 cents an hour.
Right, but we've been knowing that for years. You just watch the movie 13th from Ava DuVernay. She created that movie 11 years ago. And Michelle Alexander, the new Jim Crow, stated that exactly, that these corporations are using jail labor, prison labor to make the products. Now,
And
what's going to make them
that's on
change?
the ballot for the presidential ballot, brothers and sisters. That's on the ballot. That's why you have to go down there. Do not do any mail in. Go down there because I'm telling you, if you vote against
They
it,
can't hear
we're gonna
you, Pete.
continue to do those type of actions to our brothers
Oh,
and
make it
sisters
so they
that are
can hear me.
incarcerated.
Okay, brother Pete got something to say. All right.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
keep doing this, okay? You ask the sister a question. The sister trying to answer you, and you cut her answer off.
Hey,
Let
look,
her
brother Pete, have
answer
you
your
lost any
question.
weight? And then on top of that, you still eating bacon on your burger? Let me tell you something. You're not gonna sit up over here and school me when you turn around living your own foul life. I was asking her about a proposition, and she was talking about. I heard everything she said. Don't speak for me because look, don't no man run my house.
Okay, bye Desiree. We can't do that. We can't not do that. We gotta wrap this show up. Shaky ma'am Akbar, please come back and get control of your radio show. Like how?
That's only being fair. And I'm just saying to you that we've heard from most of the nation tonight, from D.C. to San Francisco, from Spartanburg, South Carolina, to Austin, Texas, New York, and whoever else is here in D.C. And we're going to do part two tomorrow night on an upcoming event, and we have a special guest, Zulu Shabazz, will drop in tomorrow night. But we want you to know that the program is getting so broad and so big all the way around. Especially, see, you don't might not know the value of Black Power Radio, uh, but I know for a fact, and I will go toe to toe with anybody on the face of this earth, that we have the most informative radio talk show anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the universe of whatever broadcasting is about. We are able to toe and hold our own. Now, one thing for sure, they may be able to match us, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be damned if I'm gonna let them beat us. I will go down with the ship and knowing that we are confident that our knowledge is up to par with anybody that's dispersing information anywhere in the universe at this hour. So we're just proud to serve with you. You are the one that's been divinely chosen to be with us and to fight for your own divine black revolution and know it's the only solution and put protection and security on your own vested interests. And this is all we should have been asked at Tulsa, Oklahoma, at Freedman Cemetery in Washington, D.C., at Rosewood, and at those places that massacres occurred in uh, Arkansas and in Natchez, Mississippi, and the areas out in parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and all over Illinois, and straight up in Utah, and places that they owe us a form of reparations. And we, the people, must decide what we have to take reparations and manage it with our own hands. We've been divinely guided by the ancestors to end all form of enslavement, and don't worry about the position of the opposition and the jaw-jack and the chatter that don't matter from the opposition. We have a firm position. Don't, please don't, brother and sister, ever, ever in your full, complete, and entire life underestimate the power in divine intervention in our affairs. You think that everybody caught a portion or a fraction of divine intervention, and the Almighty God that created the universe left us out? Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, to the no, no, no. Matter of fact, if you really study us, some of us have the power of divine intervention in our hands, and far too many times we just don't use it, and we not become skillful on how to use our own power of divine intervention. When God has favored you, don't hide your talent under the bushel. But once you bring it to the surface, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Right here at Black Power Radio, and we have as much to give as anybody on 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. I'm so damn glad that you didn't go to the Tiger Woods Open tonight. You could have went on down there to Augusta, Georgia, and got you a green jacket tonight. Oh, I know you could have. You could have went to the Arthur Ashe tournaments with Venus and Serena right there in Richmond, Virginia tonight at the
Yep.
Arthur Ashe tennis court. Could have went over Core Masters tennis courts, Southeast DC by the Arc, but you decided to come up in here, and I'm so damn glad that you did. Oh, you know, you could have went on to soccer mom practice tonight until you went to your nephew's bar mitzvah. You could have went there tonight. Oh, I know you could have. But you're right here
We
again at
got
Black
brother
Power
K
Radio.
DeWalt just joined us up while we'll let him
Cater
speak and
for.
then we're gonna
Well, to
end the show.
give him some time because this brother
Yeah.
is in North Carolina. He's right where the flood is. We've had the update from South Carolina, and now we'll bring our brother K DeWalt with the update from North Carolina tonight. We're happy to have you. Tell us about the storm. Tell us about the hanging in Henderson and anything else you got to kick. We want you to hear you and drop it like it's hot. I know it's too hot to hold our comrade and beloved brother K DeWalt. Come
Most
on to the mic,
definitely,
brother.
most
Power to
definitely,
the
it's
people.
too.
Power to the people.
It's very hard to hold when we have things going on in this state that is being deliberately done against black people, and we must take account for everything that's been the injustices that we face. And I got a whole team of people down there in that little small little area making sure we investigate it the right way, because we know that nobody who comes and drives a truck, and I'm a truck driver, being the fact that he comes from a well-established family, and his families know that he didn't have no type of suicidal thoughts in his record. So there's no way us as a community can believe that this brother did something to himself that would either harmed himself in any type of way, and he didn't have no mental type illnesses. So we are engaging in that area very close, and we're taking a look at a couple things down there on the other hand. But it's been decreed to happen the way it happens when it comes to the flood and a lot of things that's going on around here when it comes to these devils who have done stuff to the chosen people of God. So we understand the plight that we must face, and that facing that plight is definitely in a situation to where we must take accountabilities for what we must all do for each other, and that's bring the love and the unity amongst each other. There's not too many things I have to keep on going on about it because this is a special type of investigation. So we have to just stay on task, stay in unification. Pardon me. Pardon me. 1 minute. Pardon me for that interruption. Yes, we got to stay in unification with each other because we need all boots on the ground down here in North Carolina, because North Carolina has been one of those old good old boy states, and we most definitely have to tackle that situation. And even if we have to gauge in ways that it might put some of us at risk, but we got to do that because this is freedom of death, and we got to make sure that we free our people from the tyranny of what the society has done to us. Other than that, brothers and sisters, I just want to give thanks to all the brothers who coming down and making sure that they have the boots on the ground because it was much needed. And despite some of the circumstances that we can't engage with, we're going to have another team come in behind us. And that's what we're going to be doing here in North Carolina. So, like I always said, it's always Black power, it's always Black love and unity, and we're gonna keep the revolution going. Black power.
Black Power, Brother Dewalt. I just contacted Sister Mallory and Sister Tasha Prophet. And when y'all decide when y'all want us to come in, you need to let us know as soon as possible while we're meeting as a coalition.
Right.
Okay, because we just waiting on word from y'all. It's not that we not gonna run and jump. It's just we gotta prepare to really put boots on the ground and then foot and ass if necessary. Black Power.
Black
But
Black
power.
I'm
Power,
gonna
Black
All right.
say.
Power. Did anybody else have anything pressing as a pressing issue that something that should
Um.
have been said, could have been said, but was not
Okay.
said?
Just to wrap everything up. Please save the date for April, the week of April the 14th through the 23rd. I'm saying that because we got DC Emancipation Day. It'll probably be the aftermath of everything that's going on right now as well. But we're going to continue on to build with the Sankofa International Conference. This is your international platform. You talk about where we're going to go and what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. You're going to bring all that stuff to the table at the Sankofa International Conference. We will have a whole week of workshops, study groups, no more think tanks. We got plans of action. If you don't got a plan of action, don't even bother to come to me with asking for time to talk to my audience because I have a global audience coming from every country in in Africa. We have invited the whole African Union to come to the Sankofa International Conference next year. Come wearing all black for on April the 16th for the DC Emancipation Day. We are going to take the parade over. I'm tired of trying to hunt them down to get the permission to come to the parade. So we're going to participate in the parade in all black. Bring your family, your kids, your dog, your train, your trucks, whatever you got. Prepare to be in Washington, D.C. on April the 16th for the D.C. Emancipation Parade and Day. It's going to be a whole week of events going on, as well as the Sankofa International Conference. If you can't make that 16th, at least try to be here on April the 20th for the actual Sankofa International Conference. Now, with everything going on in the world, we still playing it by ear. But as of yet, 2025, Sankofa International Conference is going to remain intact. This is going to be our reset. We should already have an automatic reset in this economy. We should already know who our president is or ain't. I don't get into that politics because, like Desiree say, fuck both of them. It really don't matter to us who's in that office.
That's right.
Black people still gonna be last.
That's right.
Okay, black people are still gonna be struggling. Black people are still gonna be hungry. They're gonna be even more hungry. They're gonna be even more desperate. They want to know we're not doing no more reparations. Fuck reparations.
That's right.
You don't need your reparations. You need money right now,
We need our
not a
land.
future payment, but a right now payment. Or
That's right.
figure out what we're gonna do right now, how we're gonna feed each other right now.
That's
I
right.
don't care nothing about reparations no more, and I'm saying it, and I mean it. I don't give a
Right.
damn.
That's
It
right.
doesn't matter. I've passed poor people, hungry and destitute every single day.
Mm.
That's right.
Right now I don't have nothing. I got cut off. And
That's
I
right.
was living off $400 a month and feeding everybody in my fucking community.
Mm.
Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? People look at me like I'm crazy.
That's
Why
right.
you giving me this and you ain't got nothing? Because this is what God put me here for. We got to take sacrifices. Okay? We got to
That's right.
give a little bit to get a little bit. I was taking money out of my own house and feeding other people with it. Food out of my children's hands and feeding other people with it. And
That's right.
And I
still was
second that because
attacked
I'm
because
right
of my
there.
revolution.
And I
So
second that because I'm right there with her.
that's right. And I don't have nothing. I have no income. I'm sick. I got lupus, high blood pressure. I might be dead in 6 months. Who knows? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm depending on the most high God. But I'm asking you,
Black
let's get
power.
some real organization and some real black power and some real solutions, y'all. All these meetings and things like that, it's just a waste of time. What is it proving? What are we doing? What is your plan of action? Not just on paper, but in these streets. Like I'm telling y'all, we can't. Me and Imam Ali can't even feed people no more. And we have been cut out from DC Central Bank, from the Capital Area Food Bank. Cut off. Cut off. You
Well,
know what cut off
there's
means? They not
also
supplying no more food to us to move in
Damon
our
Ministries.
community.
Damon Ministries. I can hook you up with that, Janae. Damon Ministries. Matter of fact, that's one of my brothers in AmeriCorps. You can
Mhm.
get stuff from Damon Ministries right there on Rhode Island Avenue.
Yeah, okay. I know I go there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on foot. If Pete don't take me, I go on foot and grab all the groceries I can and prepare meals for people in the streets.
Black
This is what
Power.
we do. But when they cut that off, what are we gonna do? We got our little community gardens, but it ain't enough to sustain the whole city of Washington D.C. It ain't enough to sustain these our elders who suffering with $22 a month on a food stamp card and try to make it. I done seen it. I see it. I see it every day. That's why I'm a revolutionary. Because it ain't gonna never stop. It's never gonna stop until we stop. We gotta stop doing what we doing and
We
playing
can
these games with people.
we can scream and holler. We can cuss and fuss. We can throw our fists in the air and pump it and yell Black Power all day long. But that is not feeding anyone.
Mm-mm. That's
That
right.
ain't doing nothing but yelling and screaming and running around trying to act like we tough.
Hmm.
Okay, you want to be tough? Like she said, what's your plan of action? Like I said, what is our agenda? Do we have an agenda? What about code of conduct? Code of conduct is so important because people are watching you. You call yourself a panther, and people are watching you.
Right.
What is the Constitution? You know, what do we do? What is our laws? What laws do we follow? Later for all these HNICs.
Right.
HNIC don't mean nothing except for somebody that's just trying to be smarter than the next person.
Mm.
We ain't got time for that. We
I
got
know who I
everybody.
am.
You got
I
a
don't know what
chairman.
you
You
making
got a
reference
chairman.
to.
When your chairman speaks, do you follow what your chairman says?
I am my own being. I am the am. I'm comedic. So I follow, you know what? I do with brothers and sisters. As long as they doing positive, I'm there. I already told Janae that I will hit you up Tuesday so we can have this system wider. I'm out here. I've been doing stuff in the community in Mount Rainier for the longest. All right. And I didn't see Brother Pete. Brother Pete, you was in Baltimore and wouldn't even say hi to a brother talking about don't
So
speak to
I
nobody
didn't.
out
let,
there.
let,
So I know
let's deal
you
with
ain't talking about
let's
me.
do let's
Janae.
Jazz,
Yeah, those
Ray,
black,
calm down.
Anyway,
don't
I don't
I'm
knock
want
it.
to
done.
kick
Like
you
I
off the
said,
stage.
Tuesday, a
Don't
hive
knock
or
it.
whatever. I just want to
Don't
tell
knock
everybody
it.
I appreciate y'all and
they
peace
No.
take
and wholeness.
control.
I'm out.
All right.
Peace and wholeness. That's
All
not a
right.
All right.
platform
I'm
for.
gone.
Let
You
the
going.
platform flow free
Okay.
and hit him on the sidebar end. Go
Oh
ahead.
Lord. Okay. I did put in the private chat room. It's a group that has a solution. We talk about agriculture, we talk about housing, we got plans. I can't even think of the dang name of it. But look in the back chat room, everybody that's on the line. The private chat room. It's alhombre.connections.com. That's a program that we have been, that brother Chris, who is now the chairman of the New Black Panther Party in DC, is a part of, and they are actually having solutions, affordable housing, agricultural plan, and some more stuff. Get it. We have some other stuff we're doing. We're getting our sovereignty and paperwork and all these stuff we need to do, but we need to really be teaching this stuff to our people. So if somebody has a plan, like Brother John Kimmy Shabazz, I want to give him the opportunity to come forward and teach his plan of action. Sister Truth Bay has a plan of action. We want to give her that opportunity to come with her plan of action. Brother K. DeWalt, he needs this information to give to the people in North Carolina and South Carolina, in the places in his region. Brother Wesley needs this information to give to his people down there in Killeen, Texas. He needs help. We need to get back to what we are due to the work of the Panther. The only thing that sustained me during that downfall was Brother Pete reminding me that you ain't got to be in nobody uniform to do what you're doing. To remain a Panther at all times. You got the heart of a Panther. You rocking it. You got it tattooed on your chest. You believe in it in your heart. You was raised to be a Panther. And that's what the hell you need to be doing. Everybody within 15 feet of you need to know who you are and what you're capable of doing. Period. Especially if you lay your head down beside them. Trust me, everybody in my building know that I'm a Black Panther and they can knock on my door and get some help if they need it. That's what
But
we need to be working
on the
towards.
re-up, El Hombre, I think it's ALHAMBRA Connections, El Hombre Connections, ALHAMBRA, Alhambra Connections. Uh, am I able to add a footnote this time or hold the footnote? What you got?
Go ahead,
My
Akbar. Then
footnote.
we're gonna
My
wrap it up
footnote
because I
B
gotta get off
there
here.
or B, goddamn it, square in, excuse me, in New York, uh, on Black Friday. This is Jen May. We took the exception on the so-called Thanksgiving that we call it Jen May. And she and I, Brother Pete, have observed several of these Jen May observances. This one, we're trying to observe it in Harlem, New York, and we'll be there on whatever that November after the so-called observance, 'cause we have no respect for that day at all, other than to observe the Jannah May, and that is the embrace your Africa and your principles. I'm gonna print 42 concepts up there, 1 through 42, for us, and the principles of reciprocity, the principles of self-determination, all of the Mayat and the Kemet principles is our lifeline on it's our living, not our survival, but our living is through these principles. And we're gonna bring them to the so-called Black Friday, and that asks you not to spend a one red cent, especially with the opposition. But if you must spend some money that day, spend it with your Alkebalanian or your Black African self
Black
to
Power.
keep the principle of self-determination, moral collective work and responsibility, and all of those other principles that will bring together the Unguzu Saba and the Kemetic idea. So we hope you'll be there in New York. We at the Schomburg, and that is museum in Harlem, there on Malcolm, and you'll find it if you're looking for it. We'll give you the updated address. I just want to put that date on your mind on Black Friday, be in New York with the Black Panthers, with the clubhouse. We got a big old clubhouse with Hocus in the clubhouse is joining us, and I think the Black Truth from the clubhouse is joining. So several clubhouse rooms, and the Black Panthers will be at the Schomburg Museum in Harlem on Black Friday. We're appealing from D.C. to San Francisco with our sister Akbar to not spend a dime. Excuse me, I'm so sorry I messed that up. To not spend one red cent with the opposition on Black Friday. You don't have to hold the Best Buy. Don't get on the Geek Squad. Don't go in Staples. Don't go in the Harlem Globetrotters or your Nike shops and all them damn athletes' foot. I can smell it way over here. I want you to hold the line for your own uh, mm, collective work and work and responsibility, and be responsible, but not spending one red cent with the opposition on Black Friday. Promises to be one of the biggest Black Fridays yet across Black corporation. I'm stopped using the mirror, I just call corporation nowadays. But keep it strong, focus, and keep it revolutionary. Whatever you do, keep it Black revolutionary. And if there's anybody else that got a bomb rush the mic and drop it like it's hot, it's too damn hot to hold. It should have been said, just was not said. Now's your time to say it.
Organize, disciplinize, and understand the chain of command. Everybody got room. Everybody on this phone. Everybody got room to organize something in your life, whether it's your dash box in your car, your closet. Organize and then disciplinize. Once you know what you need to be doing, have discipline to make sure you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, whether it's a diet or patrolling your neighborhood or whatever you need to be doing. Organize, disciplinize, and understand the chain of command. That's it.
Black
That's
power.
Black
Right.
Power. That's
Black
Chairman
Power. And
Yes,
Ty.
you
That's
indeed. Yes,
straight out of
indeed.
South Carolina. We after the whole state. Me and Ty gonna tick that state. Y'all be playing. We got us a mayor, and y'all think we playing, but we ain't playing. And Gaffney, right there, when you come in that state, the Black Panther made that flip. And we done
that's
busted
right.
that no good wooden tooth sheriff in South Carolina, the one we were having trouble with. Don't you know the divine power that exposed this bastard with stealing too much money on a credit card? Huh? Everybody was trying to bust him for killing somebody. But now that he's exposed, and I think they got, I'm not sure, am I right or wrong, Brother Titus? I think they may have a black sheriff running against that bastard. Am I right or wrong over
Yeah,
there?
we got a black a black
Mm-mm.
sheriff in there.
Can it?
Hey, I tell you what, we
Yeah.
was all up there. We was all up in the courthouse or whatever. We were talking. Um, I think his name was Dr. Moss. He was the mayor at the time.
Mhm. I
He was
remember
up
what you're
there
talking about.
running his mouth. Then our boy Azrael stepped to him, straight up stepped to him. And then after that, Mr. Akbar told everybody, "Hey, look, we got to get him out of there and get a black man in there." And that's what we did. We got Lyman Dawkins in there. And over here
Black
in
Power.
Spartanburg, we got Jerome Rice in there. So
Black Power.
two small steps to a
Always for
baby,
real.
a big
Black
game.
power.
See, y'all think we be playing, but we ain't. But this is real life. Go in them goddamn city council. Go in them goddamn county board meetings. You a Black Panther and take over that shit. Say we'll be taking over from here because they're misguided. They don't even know their own laws. The police on the street, if you've been studying Black Power agenda and studying these things that we've been putting out, you know more about the law than the goddamn constables, sheriffs, and all these bastards. But it
Yes,
ain't
sir.
knowing more until you use it skillfully against the opposition. Like you've been seeing Ty and CJ, all them guys down in Carolina been getting their squads together, keeping their politics together, and going in them rooms and taking over and tell them, no, y'all been going for wrong. Y'all got more votes than them bastards. Y'all got, and then all the sympathize, all the poor white trash is with you. Drag them on down there with you and get your people in, man, so you have some power in the South. Take over that. And then we eventually take the whole goddamn state. You got black people in power. They got farms. Tell them, man, farm, land, real estate, business, all that's going on. It may be underwater now, but not for long. Somebody made a record called, but not for long. That shit gonna come, that water gonna, he said, we gonna be there, or be square if the creek don't rise. Well, right now, the goddamn it, the creek done rise. The creek
That's
hasn't
right.
risen. So you ain't get, but it come from underwater. But it's surfing with black people in power, black power,
Black
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 power.
power.
Power. We got
Yes,
one more
indeed.
thing and we're gonna close out. Brother Pete wants to close out. Please respect what he has to say at this moment. And we're gonna close out. Anybody else?
I
Speak now.
just want to pick back on what the brother said about organizing. He's correct. You have to organize, you have to strategize, you have to improvise. But there's one thing you better not do, and that's compromise.
All right, Black Power.
Black power.
Black Power, Black Power.
Black power, black
And we're
power,
gonna
black
yeah,
power.
we're gonna leave on this note. Stay vigilant through the night. Stay on your post. Know your code of conduct. Know your 12 general orders. Know the 8 what principles of being a Black Panther. We got to stop
Give
playing
me
Panther,
five duties of the
y'all.
5.
Panther, 5 duties of
The
the Panther, and 9 local objectives. Come
9
on,
local objectives, my bad.
go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
9. I'm always focused on number 8. Okay. But definitely just remain a Panther, y'all. Please remain a Panther. No matter
And
what you call yourself,
trust
remain a
the
Panther at
process.
all times. Go ahead, Pete.
And trust the process. For those of you that don't know, Brother Akbar know me, okay? And me and Brother Akbar, we work together on a lot of different things. I work with Janae on a lot of different things. But I am a member of the original Panther Party, and we are out here, and we are watching you. So when we speak up and want to give you some instruction, it's up to you. We just want to make sure that you don't do what, don't have the failures that we had. We want to make sure that you don't hit the bumps that we hit. So start getting your committees together. Start getting your people together. Start learning the different things that you can and cannot do.
Hmm.
Trust the process.
And that's right. And Brother Ty and Brother DeWalt, if you need paperwork, I have the complete Black Panther and New Black Panther manuals. If you send
Okay.
me your email address, I will send you the information. You need to be teaching political education to your comrades every day. We have to report. I report to Brother Pete every single day. Every day. If it's something going on in DC, I have to let him know. We have to communicate. We got to talk to each other. You know, we see what's going on in Greensboro, North Carolina. Again, y'all live there. If you don't tell us you need us to be on the ground, what we supposed to do about it? You know, you live there. When we leave, you still gonna have to live there. I teach all of the generals that you're the general on the ground, brother Ty. I'm from South Carolina. I know what Chuck Wright is capable of doing. He's done it to my family. He will target
Mm.
your family. His police officers will target your family members. They do this. They told y'all when they was there, we don't just kill niggas, we kill white folks too in Spartanburg. So please believe this is not a game. If you sign
Hmm.
up for it, you better know what you're getting yourself into. And I'm gonna land my mic, and if there's anything else that need to be said, anything on your heart, you got the floor to for the next 2 minutes.
Black Power.
Make sure you
Tell
come
you
right back
what.
here
Um,
tomorrow at 8 p.m. You right here, right back here at Black Power Radio. Like you say, when you report every day, well, we do it 2 days in a row. The Sunday program. This has been a wonderful Black Power Radio TV News Network episode, and we'll be black here tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. And be there, be square. Meet us here, meet us there. Bring a guest with you. Come on into Black Power Radio tomorrow. Shaky
Black
man, Akbar
Power.
signing off. Oh, you had something? Brother got something, sister?
Go
Okay.
ahead, brother DeWalt.
Black Power. I just want to make sure that I receive your telephone number before I get off the line
Okay,
because
I
I need
put
to
it in the
shoot you.
back in the black chat and my email address. Cause send me your email so I can send you the Black Power manuals and things like that. The information that'll help you build your chapters up and to really truly organize your people. Cause that's the problem. We
Okay.
can give you a title, but we gotta inform you with the information. Black Power,
Black Pearl.
Black Power. Anything else, Pete or Akbar? That's it for
Oh,
us on Black Power Radio.
just keep it
No,
strong.
no, that's cool. I don't know. After we hang up, I want to talk to you and Akbar.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever you do, keep it strong. Keep it black, and by all means, keep it revolutionary. Bye bye. Power to the
All
people.
right.
Black power.
Black Power. I'm gonna end
Black
the
power.
stream now, y'all.
Black power.